acting against it, but
because when the form is being given free,
yes,
that is where they match us.
Okay,
Once we go for the table to settle, they'll say after all the form was given
to you free. So
you want to buy.
you want to
and
buy. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. It's okay. So that's a good one. No problem. But it's all to all be discussed. So basically, I thought it does touch on education, especially on the early marriage of young girls. And even when the girl is about to marry, she should not be forced to marry somebody she doesn't want. She should marry based on her will. And the consent of the girl and even the man should be sought. One of those days where fathers will choose wife for their daughters and say, I want to marry this man because he's my friend. No, the bill is kicking against that. And then there are a lot of provisions, even on the issue of giving birth. One of those days where a man will just be giving birth like that. They open a woman, the bill seeks to say, okay, when it has to do with delivery, the woman should have choice for her health to make sure that she's healthy. The man and the woman can sit down and say, okay, this is the number of children we want to have. Let there be an agreement on that. As I speak to you, we had a case, I was telling them last week that they divorced because the woman gave birth. She was pregnant, yes. The man was thinking that he doesn't want any child again, he wants them to be kid. The woman said no. Someone saw my woman took him. As I speak to you, they are divorced, they have shared their property because she took him. And he said he doesn't want. So you see, those are some of those things that the law is trying to, establish that people should have right for their health. Even of what has comes to delivery, the health of the woman, because it's not the one that carries the pregnancy, it's the woman. The woman should have a right to say, okay, sir, please, even this is what you want. Can we do this like this? Not because you are the one you want to impose. So some of those issues here are some of the issues that will be discussed. Please, can you, okay, let me just define this discrimination. Discrimination means any distinction, exclusion, or restriction made on the basis of his or her sex, gender, or any other condition or status, which has effect or purpose impairing or nullifying the recognition, enjoyment, or exercise by any person, irrespective of their marital status, on the basis of equality of men and women, or human rights and fundamental freedom in the political, economical, social, cultural, or civil, or any other field. Nobody should be discriminated against. And this is just the general hallmark of this bill. On every ground, social, political, economical, health-wise, in every aspect, women, even men should not be, because we've had scenarios where some places we find out that because it's just women law, and a man can come in, the man will not even be given the opportunity there because it's just women. We know that reverse is the case, but we still have such. So that's why the bill is not just about women alone, it's both for men and women. Discrimination against men, but majorly it's against women, because over time the barbaric culture we've had, the obnoxious cultures we've had in the state, in the country, has not really favored women. So it's high time that we're speaking more and our voice to be louder more. We want women to be given more rooms, more opportunities. We appreciate the little effort that has been given to women. Women are asking for more. That's why the song is all around the nation, all around the world. Women are clamoring, they are crying to be free. Those stringent and, bad culture traditions that are so obnoxious against women, they are crying that such things should be set aside. Women should be given room so that we can explore. And when you annex a woman, you get the best out of it. It has always been said, when you educate a woman, we educate the whole world. But when you educate a man, you educate one person. That's why a woman can sell everything so that all children can go to school. You go to the Yoruba man, you have one woman selling dodo, but all her children are professors. How? Because she wants them to go. So you can see, women are a force to be reckoned with. So please, let's go towards the main body of the bill so that I can talk about it in total. I'm not going to take up much of our life. Let's go back. Let me talk about laws that are intended with this okay, existing law. Let's go. So we have the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law. How many of us know about that law? 2018. VAB law is a popular law that is common in Kaduna State. The VAB law. Please let me just say once. I want to take statistics of people that are aware. Okay. There are not many. The VAB law is it's called Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law 2018. It was passed by Kaduna State government in 2018. When the violence against women became more, women are being abandoned by their husbands and children, they are not being fed, women are beaten, battered, all kinds of things happening to women, and they are becoming more, they are being raped, they are being sexually molested at their place of God, place of worship, basically whatever form. I'm a prosecutor, I go to court from here, in fact, not one from now, I run and leave because I go to court, I have a case. We have a lot of these rape cases going on, that's young girls, 13, 14, 10, even if their fathers that are raping them. So this law came to prohibit every crime against women in any form, in whatever way, as it may, and then it provides punishment. We have the penal code law That's the existing law that we have been using. But this Bible touched a lot of things that the penal code law did not touch, like abandonment of a family now. This one provides any man who abandons his family without taking care of them and feeding them. It's liable to imprisonment if being charged to court and is found wanting and is convicted. To 2 years imprisonment. The Bible talks about that. We simply don't talk about it, that we are not enforcing some of these things and we are not aware. But when we are aware of these laws, it goes a long way to help you demand for your right. I'm not saying go and fight. I'm not an advocate. I love good home. I love peaceful home. I'm not a submissive, but God has always told us from both religion to be submissive as we should, but not to foolishness, not to a place where a man is beating you and killing you and insulting you and defiling you, and then you keep saying that I have to stay. Yes, it's good to stay. My mother stayed. Sometimes she tell us she stayed because of us. Now we're all grown up. If she wants to go, she can go. I think that 55 years in marriage, where do you want to go to? If my dad discovered, she'll say, people are already grown up, they are married, at least I wanted your dignity. Now you can pack and go and stay in one room. I said, one room where? You're 55 years, where do you want to go and stay here? As long as it's not beating you, just manage till God calls both of you home. You try to intervene in such a way. And that was what our mothers did back then. But as children, when we grow up, we want to see that any hand is being laid on our mothers as well. You know, and then you have cases to where the mothers are the one beating their husband. Funny enough, you feel that I told them last week, we had a case where the woman was beating her husband. So the man came to report to us in FIDA that his wife was beating him. You know, and when the woman came, we called her and invited her. We said, Madam, how can you be beating your husband now? So we spoke to them, we advised her not to beat her husband again. And they all beat because she stopped beating her husband. You know, when I say this to women, they shout and they're laughing. You say that to see the man is a disa or something. But we have that happening. So that's why I say, we don't just fight for the right of women, so that it will not be like it's women team, feminism team. No, we're not really feminism. The equality we're talking about, we can't be equal. Our physics are different. Men are different, so we're not asking for that. We're just saying the opportunities. The fact that women have been pushed to the background, have been pushed to the back, is what we are crying for. Let them come out, let them be seen. If the woman is given a good opportunity, she becomes the best of herself. The best inside of her is being honest. You see her become the best in the world that people want to reckon with. I'm telling you, when you give a man a task and give a woman, a good woman that you give a task to do, she'll do it better. If you go to classes, who are those topping the class in school? 80% of them are women. To be honest, my school was one of the best from primary to secondary. My father was not on ground. He was in the war in Liberia in the early 90s. My mom said my children was going to the best schools. She wasn't working. She was selling her with the door. I used to tell them this. I said I saw the Alehu at Akinlogo here in Kaswa. Because my mom wanted us. And she removed us from LA and put us in command. One of the best schools where you had government children's school. And then in the early 90s. Well, because she said those people don't have to work. No, there was no funds coming from her husband, but she did all of this so you can be the best. So you can see what a woman can do in the life of her children. When a man go to that extent, you have some men who will do that. But the woman will fight all out. So no law has said that no forms of violence against women, children, young girls, young boys should be stopped. So if that law is supposed to be the gender bill is passed as a law, but there are little differences, there are slight differences that are contained herein. So let's go on. Please go on. So let me go to the body of the law. Okay, the objective of this bill is to bring issues on gender and equitable opportunities, discrimination to public discourse in any way that other existing laws have not been able to address adequately. So you can see, we have other laws like I said, but if those laws have not addressed issues of women, young girls, discrimination of all sorts against women in the public space and even in the private space, so this law touches on them. The verb law is there, but there's some things that are not contained here, they are contained here. So that's why we're putting it side by side. That's why this bill is necessary. Content analysis, just go on. Just go on. Go on. Okay, this is the, please go to the bill itself now. This is the bill analysis. Just go to the bill. Just go to the bill. So you see, that's generally what, this is an overview of the bill itself. So I'll just touch a little bit of it because my time is not much. And we look at it and we discuss on it. And then you get a view of it. And once you have understood it, you too can go and sing it and preach it. And say it in a women gathering. And say it in a gathering when you have opportunity, even when men are there. And there's this bill. No, it's not for women alone, it's for men and women. But because most of the provisions bother so much on women, just giving them more opportunity. You know. Please move forward. Yes, just skip. Scroll. Next slide. Next slide. I want to go to the body of the main, or some of the major provisions, and we look at it and you know. Okay. When Don't just go to the objectives. Just go down. Come up. The objective of the come up. Sorry. No. Let's go down. You see where you put objectives. The objectives. The objectives of this law are: 1. Serve as a platform for the promotion of gender equity, the entrenchment of social justice and freedom from discrimination in all spheres of life provided by the Constitution. Investigate and make application to the appropriate court or tribunal for an order of assessment of practice of any person, organ, body, institution, private or public, in accordance with this law. Monitor, facilitate, and advise on the integration of the. Please continue. On the integration of principles of equity, equality, freedom from discrimination in state laws, policies, administrative regulations. Where the ministry responsible for matters relating to social development, the power to enforce and give effect to these provisions of this law. Perform much other functions and activities as may be specified by this law. Okay, so the ministry responsible, that is majorly it. So let's go. Let's go. Provision of discrimination. Okay, so no person, institution, or representative shall either through words, spoken, acts, inactions, omissions, laws, regulations, administrative procedures, policies, guidelines, rules, customs, etc. Practice of discriminate against persons on the ground of gender. So the fact that you are this gender, nobody should discriminate against you. Please go on. Other things are part of it. Just go to the next slide. I want to see the major. Okay, wait. Please go on. Go on. I want to touch the main body of the provisions. Okay, let me see here. Pressing it. Okay. Education of socio-cultural practices. Every institution, including educational institutions, shall work towards modifying the social and cultural patterns of conduct of all persons with a view to achieving the elimination of prejudice, customary and all other practices which are based on the idea of inferiority or superiority of gender or stereotype roles, and to this end. Meaning, there are a lot of cultures, traditions, even in their place of work, women are seen to be second-class citizens. There are some places where they go to, they pay men more than women. And places where they go to, they'll tell you that on social level, they don't take women, it's just men. And this bill is trying to talk about such. Because see, there's no any provision that generally, but it's trying to say that if there's any organization that has such, with this law, they can be prosecuted. They can be prosecuted. There are some organizations that will say a married woman, they don't give job to a married woman. That's discriminatory itself. There's some organizations that will say they don't even give job to a non-same mother. That's discriminatory, and this is what this bill is trying to talk about. We have them, they exist. And this bill is trying to show that in such a way that if your right as a young girl, a woman, in any form has been infringed on, you can take this bill, take this law if it's passed, and take it to court. And if you have that in countries where it works, they sue them and people get justice for that. In fact, for long, you find out that somebody who has been sacked or asked to leave because of some of this condition. There's some women when they go to leave, when they go on maternity leave, the organization where they work will just give them sack letter from there and tell them not to return. They will bring hospitals and say, why? Because the woman went. That's discriminatory. And so that's what he's trying to say. So if such thing happens, you can take this law and demand justice, and you will get it. You know, in Nigeria, in Africa, we don't really implement some of these things. We just say, let God, ambush the Allah. Ambush the Allah, we leave them with God. That's what we're used to doing. Oh, I don't want trouble. I don't want. But when we go to a country where it works, because people know their right and they know their right, they demand, and they get good compensation. And they'll tell them, we'll send that person back to his former part. At this stage, this year, the person has been out. How long has it been out? This person also has been promoted to this level. They can put that person to that level that also have been promoted. So that's some of these things that this bill is trying to, cure. Please, can you go? Prohibition from discrimination in political and public. Prohibition from political, from political participation. So it's just trying to say that no man, based on your gender, should be discriminated. Say every institution shall take all appropriate measures to eliminate Activities in particular shall ensure to women on equal terms with men the right to participate fully in political activities, including the right to vote and be voted for in all election and public referenda, and to be eligible for elections without any restriction, limitation, or barriers. So you can see, no political party, no government agency, no any other in any form should be able to, deny a woman that opportunity to participate in political activities. So it's our right as women to participate. The right for young girls who are up to 18 years to participate in political activities. So let's encourage women. It's unfortunate that we only have one woman in the President House of Assembly, Honorable Munirat. And we've had engagement when we came for this bill. She said the trouble she went through before she was elected, coming from a grown-up, and then she's a Muslim again. The battle she had to fight. Because she was saying to us that they even called her prostitute, because as a woman. Enough of that. We don't want to have that. In other countries, they don't do that. But Nigeria, Africa, I don't know why the labor women that go to politics as prostitutes.
Especially at the northern.
Yes, mostly at the northern part. It's need to change, people now. So that's what this bill is trying to say, that no one should be discriminated on that. I don't want to be labeled much on that. No one should be discriminated on that. On the issue of pushing, can you make progress? Because, on the issue of the prohibition of discrimination in education. So you see, every public or private institution or the other entity shall take all appropriate measures to eliminate discrimination against all persons in the field of education, to ensure on the basis of equality of all persons and without prejudice to the provisions of Section 5 of this law, the same conditions for career and vocational guidance. Any academic opportunity that is open should be open for men and women. All they should be given passing opportunity. Young girls should be given opportunity to go to school. Even when women never went to school, there's opportunity. Women should be given opportunity. When they say woman is not, now people are going to see the importance of women and are going to work. But as I speak to you, there are still people that still believe that their daughters should not go to school. So that's why we're advocating for this bill to be passed. Like now, the law cannot provide an education that every parent must send their child to school. It's a crime for a parent not to send his child to school. Any father who does not send his child to school is liable to imprisonment for 6 months. In fact, I was happy I went for a sensitization in Angwamba banking, and the community there, if you don't send your child to school, the secretary was telling us, Hausa said they will do Guamu for you. Yes, meaning the community, they have a task force on school in banking. I was so amazed, I was impressed with the thing. He said that if they point at your house that your children are not going to school, they'll come after you and ask you, why is your child not going to school? A cover of them, they'll bring shame for you, and then they by themselves to take your child to school. At that point, as a parent, you'll be ashamed. So they follow house to house to know the houses where children are not going to school. So you see, that's a good effort that community put, and I make reference about them wherever I go to make engagement, to encourage the leaders who are in such environment, give up a task force to see homes where people are not going to school. Encourage them. There's a government school. If you can't pick your child to private school, government school is free. Yes, it ought to be free. It's free. By the law, the former government made that compulsory that every parent must send his child to school. Primary, for girls, from SS1 to SS3 is free. Then for boys, SS3. Then from SS1, the parents can pay stipends. Not really much money. So you see, education is compulsory, and it's good for parents to enlighten their children. Those days when they make girls to marry without going to school, the girl is already in school, they will not make her to go and be married. Mostly are born outside. I heard a case of a young girl, I think she was 14 years last year. They have arranged for her to marry a Nigerian man. They didn't know the man, the father locked her in the house for 5 days and said the girl was married the man. And when we got hint of it on Friday, on Saturday we stormed the house. And in the morning, we told the father there is a law. We didn't fight with him, we just spoke to him in an amicable way. We said, this is against our wish, this is against the law. The girl doesn't want it, even family members don't want it. And no, nobody know about the man. Like the man came from Nigeria, if he marries her, you go and drop her in Nigeria, he's staying at each other country again. So you see, you could be a ritualist, you could be a trafficker, you want to have fun. The parents didn't know. And the father insisted. So when we spoke with the father, we encouraged him and said, in this time and even Islam will not allow you to force this girl. Why are you doing this? We explained to him the danger. We didn't fight. We made him understand, and we made him have an undertaking. That day that the wedding was supposed to come up, we canceled the wedding. Yes, about 3 of that. I think I had one on February this year too, like that. 16 years, the father wanted her to marry the person he wanted, because the guy seemed to have money. And this was a father who had never divorced the mother and he has never taken care of this girl. So, when I was saying that, everywhere, and we told them, let them go to school. At least let them finish secondary school if you want them to marry. At that point, they can decide if they go marry. At least at the age of, if the girl has finished secondary school, she would have grown a little bit bigger, mature enough to make a decision. Unfortunately, some of the divorce cases we have, you see them, a lot of these young girls, they are 19, they are already divorced. and you see her with 2 children. We see that every now and then. We get calls on that. So it's not unfortunate. So that's why we're encouraging education, right to education, and all forms of discrimination and education against anybody should be eliminated. Mostly girls, young girls. Please proceed. Just so every opportunity, grants, scholarship as they give to men, women should benefit too. Please continue. Okay, wait. This is prohibition from discrimination in employment. Yes, no woman should be discriminated based on the issue of employment. Opportunity should be given to women, just like I said earlier. There are some places that they won't take a woman because she's a woman, or because she's a pregnant woman, or because she's a nursing mother. Job opportunity will not come to her. We'll say men of so age. This is discrimination, and we're trying to eliminate that. So that in the case of when you apply for an application and for a job or something and they decide not to give you, or maybe they give you and they say because you are this, so they will not. You can demand and pick the law and sue the company and sue the office and sue whoever that is discriminating against such a person. Please, let's move on. Condition for employment. So every woman, every young man has the right for employment. We know our country is the way it is, but again, prohibition from discrimination on the grounds of marital status. You see, not because a woman is married, like I said. So every institution shall ensure that the protection of all persons against discrimination on the grounds of marriage, marital status, or maternity, and accordingly. Not dismiss, restrict, or otherwise impose any disadvantage on any person in respect of employment, contract, or any occupational agreement, whether in public or private, where on the grounds solely of the person's marital status, circumstance of birth, condition of pregnancy, maternity leave, and all of that. So you can see what I said is generally on this. Then ensure enforcement of maternity payment, even payment of the woman's due. So people, when you go maternity, they will not give you your due, they will not pay you, because they feel that your time is not being put in. But this law is trying to say that that's discrimination and ought not to be. Please continue. Yes, next slide. Okay, wait. Prohibition from discrimination in health. So, this one, every institution shall take an appropriate measure to eliminate discrimination against any person on any ground whatsoever in the field of health care, including ensuring that all women who are pregnant and within years of delivery and all children under the age of 5 are given free and quality health care services, including provision of all necessary medical, surgical, diagnostic, and transplant. Yes, we have government hospitals providing some of these facilities, but it's not sufficient. But it's supposed to be that they make provision for both private and public, And then on the issue of health, everyone should be allowed. Like now, what the government is trying to do now, they're trying to have crèches in various government parastatals, in ministries. Few ministries of government have that already, so that they can accommodate women at their space of work, so that a woman can, on the issue of maternity, the last state government have tried 6-month maternity for women who put to birth. I benefited that. I was one of the first beneficiaries of that 6-month maternity leave 5 years ago from the Kaduna State government. So that's kudos to them, so that at least you can take care of your child on the issue of health, on the issue of health of the woman, the children, and all of that. So the government got to provide at least some of the things that is needed so that women can go. But we know that, of course, they help, and then sometimes there's no provision for some of these things. But it's the right, and we're saying that they should not be discriminated on that. This next slide. Next slide. Okay. On the social life of a woman. Every institution shall eliminate discrimination against women on all areas of economic and social life in order to ensure on the basis of equality between men and women and the same rights, in particular the right to family benefit in line with the cultural and religious practices of communities. So they have that right to family benefits. Now you see, when a man dies, it's still happening. You see the in-laws go after the woman, after the property. I wonder for what? I wonder why. I wonder people still do that. Today we're getting cases of that. I had a case where when a man died, from my side, and they said the culture, I didn't even know, I didn't hear that the male children belong to the man's family. The woman can go with the female. And the family went to court, they took the woman to court. The woman got custody because at the lower court, at the customary court. But the man, so we had, I don't know how true that is, that the man went to court, customary court of appeal because he has friends there. They overturned the decision of the lower court and they gave him custody. And he took these children, two boys, took them to his village and kept them there. And these children were not going to school. They were suffering, they didn't have what to do. One day the two children, instead of them to suffer and die, let them go to their mother. And the mother was doing a little to provide for them the best way she can. They were walking on the road and bike came and hit one of these boys. They were trekking. The villages are how many hours journey? Go boys were trying, let them just leave that house because they felt they were not treated well. And what happened? A man came and hit one of them, and the man was rushing and all of that. The boy said they don't want to go back. Where's your house? He said this is where they're coming from. They want to go to their mother. And that's how the white man took them to their mother and they treated this boy. And the case is ongoing, and we are beginning to ask that this children be returned back to her. Now it has the decision of the court and from the Ministry of Finance, we're working towards that. So you see some of these family benefits and some family issues that come up. We're trying to kick against it, and we will fight against it. And when we hear it as women, let's come out together and support our fellow woman. Let's not say woman hates woman is jealous. No! All of those people who say that and men are using to make trash of women on that. That's wrong. When you see a fellow woman going through a lot, if they come out for her, stand for her. If there's any place you can go and fight for her right, join us together. When we make a full force, I'm telling you, the voice of women will be heard below. So you can see, so no woman has a right to be discriminated. Based on culture, religion, tradition of any sort, should be given her due rights. Everything that is her benefit should be given to her. Right to indigenship. Like, okay, women have always benefited. Yes, when young woman marries, she seems to take the benefit from the place where her husband comes from. Of late, a lot of women have been discriminated on that. Some time back, we had a woman, Justice Patricia Mahmoud in Kano State. She was about being the CJ. But of course, I know that the Kano people know Allah. One, she's a Christian, and the Kano is a Muslim state. And then also, she'll be a very woman in the judiciary. So there's a right to go to court of appeal and they make her CJ. So they have two choices. You understand? And she's a woman. First, she's a woman. And you know, in the common parts where you pay a woman, how can a woman be the CJ of Kano State? So that was a battle. Now, they were battling to give, not to give her. And then they didn't give her from the state. She now had to go back to her state. She's from Benue State, but her husband is from Kano. So she got the. So what this boy is trying to say, even foreign women that are not Nigerians, who marry from outside, that marry Nigerians, they should enjoy this benefit of being an indigene because they are married. So no woman should be discriminated because she's married to a different tribe and not from a tribe. In fact, sometimes you see some people, in fact, the same tribe, but this one is not from my village, so this one cannot. You understand? We had a colleague, unfortunately, when her husband died, they are both in Ghana. The other one died 2 years ago. She's part of our members. The husband's people wanted to come and pack things in the house. We prevailed and didn't allow them. They still took some things. When they went home, they told her not to cut her hair. She said she cannot cut her hair. They put her the borrower, they chased her out of the house. And they are disowning her, she's not part of them. Because they asked culture. She's supposed to stay and warn her husband. He drove her out of the house. She left. She should go. And one she had not given birth. She had not given birth. This is a young girl, very young girl. She had not given birth. What now happened? When they came out to Kaduna, 2 weeks after, the brother-in-law came and packed everything in the house. As well as when we had to say, I want to go to court, she said, no, please, just leave him. He said, no, this is, if it is done to us, that we fight. How much more is a lawyer? The whole branch, Kaduna, MBA, and all. He said, no, this cannot be. She said, no, please, she's begging us, she doesn't want trouble. But you know that the karma of God came on that man. 2 weeks after, when he did that act, he was standing in front of his house. A vehicle came and hit him. He died at the spot. I'm not saying that that's a good punishment for him. But I'm just saying that he touched God. And you know, women are very peculiar. They are very special to God. God hears their prayers. And she said that name was better. Now imagine if she had fought him, they would say she's the one that went to do work on the witchcraft to kill him. But God took justice. God did justice for her. I'm not proud that happened. But we're saying that could be God saying that don't touch my home. So we see that some of these things happen, and we're saying when a woman marries a man from a place, every right that is due to anybody in that equality should benefit. So this law is coming to kick against all sorts of obnoxious traditional, not giving a woman rights. Okay, this way. Prohibition, right of persons in rural communities. Of course, women in the rural communities have a right to life, have a right to their businesses, have a right to their home and their children, to their economic growth and all of that. So please, can you please proceed to next slide? Okay, rights in matters relating to marriage and family. Yes, I want this one. No organ or agency of government, public or private institution, or connected shall discriminate against any person in any matters relating to marriage and family relations, and shall ensure all persons have the right to enter into marriage, subject to rights to freely choose a spouse. We see our service to choose a choice of their own. One of those days, their parents forced children, and then they have preference. When I was married, I had somebody who worked in NNPC that wanted me, but I was the point I was not okay with him. So I had somebody else who now came, and I chose that person because it was not my tribe. My parents fought. My dad said, no, it will not be. We fought with my dad for 3 years. We fought with my dad. Said, no, you cannot be. And then you are more than this person, you are a barrister, you are this, you are that. And then I think my husband was earning 20,000 when he was working in an insurance company back then, you know. But I saw a future in that man. I just knew that this man was going somewhere. And then I wanted somebody who loved God, and I saw God more in him. I just knew that I was settled and peaceful with this person. My father said, no, that nobody is perfect. He was looking at the refinery person. I said, yeah, no man is perfect. I said, no man is perfect, but I know this one. He said, no, no. That's how we went back and forth for years before he finally agreed. Even when he agreed, he was still reserved about it. But my husband is his best son in law. Everything he needs in life is this man that doesn't. You know, beyond what he expected. The things he felt, the number of cars I've driven, because of he, at the point now, if he looks at my other siblings, this is his best of best. He kept saying, God is thank God for giving me such. He said, you don't want this, you don't want culture, this, culture, that. My father was saying, don't know, but it's not everything I follow. I'm a child of God first. So it's God's culture that rules my affairs. So he is seeing it and he's excited. He's happy. He wanted what he wanted, but I'm grateful to God that I prevailed and he understood. Sometimes when we talk, we argue. If I notice I'm getting overbalanced, I tell him, I'm sorry. You are my father. I ought to respect you because God has given you responsibility over me. But you see, forcing people, and I had a friend who the parents made her marry somebody. As I think, the marriage is separated. That one, the husband seemed to have everything. He was a professor in the university. And the mother said, marry this man. He will bring wealth to us. Unfortunately, the girl became wealthy herself in her practice, not away from the man. But blessed her so greatly that the mother saw that the wealth that she thought would come from the man never came, and the man was not supporting them. She was feeding children, doing everything. The professor was like, what does your husband do with money? She said, please tell me, I don't know. And she finally divorced him. What am I saying? Let people make the choices themselves. Even mothers, mothers will have a strong hold. They have a strong hold. If the father says no, the father can be liberal. But when the mother says no, mother is everything. The mother says yes, she takes her stand. It's only God that will break the heart of the mother. But it's a lot easier if the mother is saying no, and the mother is supporting her. The mother has a way to talk to the father, and the girl has a way so that the son can come down. So you see, as parents, please let's be mindful. In as much as we want best for our children, you see the future. But sometimes our best can be, can be blurred by the things we see, not knowing what tomorrow holds. But again, some people have disobeyed their parents, they enter into problem. So it's a balance. As I speak it and I tell young girls, don't be disobedient, don't fight, but pray and then talk. And don't be in a hurry. Some girls go and do that, but they put their look and go, they're going to get pregnant. I've seen a lot of cases like that, the parents, the girls went to get pregnant. Some of them, it ended up becoming well for them, but some of them, it became a problem. So we must do it right. But as this, I'm just stressing it to say that please, right to freely choose the facts is given to every young girl. Please, parents, allow it, don't force them. Air your view, air your opinion, air your concerns. My parents' concerns were aired to me. My dad aired his concerns, my uncles. I had people who already came and told me, don't marry him. But when they see now, they are happy, they are excited. So you see, right to responsibility during marriage and at this dissolution. So you see now, on dissolution now, women have the right to make decision to divorce. They have the right. It's not only the man that will keep seeking. The Sharia courts are there. The customary courts are there. The high courts are there. I don't like divorce. I hate divorce. I don't like divorce cases. I don't even do it. If it comes, I tell people who do it to do it. I don't like it because it brings a lot of trouble in the society. Problems some children have is because they are from separated home. I'm not saying that's all in time. There are some good children that came from separated home. They are perfect. They are good because their mother did a lot of good work on them or their father. But the danger and what divorce does to family and society is worse than what we are seeing, because we deal with a lot of these cases and we see them. One parent begin to fight for children, don't mind the interest of the children, they are fighting and using the children to get at each other. It's a problem, we see that in society. But this place saying everybody has a right. The lady has a right to go and ask because if the man is killing her, and me I tell you girls, if they are beating you and killing you, please go. We don't want a dead body and be crying and listening. Rather have you and save a life. Come home. And I encourage parents, at the point where your children need to go, knowing that there's physical and domestic violence, please don't. Don't say you must go and change. Don't change. Say like in death. Our generation. Our generation is like our mother's own. I'm not sick. She go out, she lets it there. But when we go and we see violence, we fight it. So we don't want that. But this our generation is not the same. The man is killing the woman, the man is killing the man. We have plenty cases, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard it where the girl choked. In fact, I had cases of people at the barrister. I have my brother, my girl. I said, what are you doing in that marriage? He said, I love the man. He said to her, I can't help again. At the point where the woman will be hiding life under her bed, a pillow, not knowing whether the man will go it and she's afraid so that she can use it to defend herself. And that is risky. Means your life is a threat. Yes. That's why I tell them, if you just say, please, opt out. I'm not an encourager of divorce. I keep against it, but when it gets to physical violence, I don't take it lightly. Because death will pop up in this our generation. And putting about another woman and another came. And the men were all that violence, even though they were there. Yeah, we believe that some of them were there, but not as much as we have it now. Because any last resort, how many cases have we? But as a woman we here, the man wanted to shoot his wife. Okay, I don't know if she was aware, if she was one that told me, or other people told me. He wanted to shoot his wife. The man is on the run. He's a security officer. The bullet slightly slashed the baby's body. If I show you the video, all of you will cry. The baby's body was torn into pieces by the side. When they saw it in the hospital, they had to save that girl's life. A 6-month-old baby, because he wanted to shoot his wife. So that marriage has been violent from time. We asked me what is that woman doing in that house. To the point the man would take the gun and want to shoot her. She was trying to run and she was holding the baby. The bullet, she touched the bullet sliced her baby's body. The man was on the run, they are looking for him. They are looking for him. The police said, our servant here. This servant in the one agency. So you see now that the right to dissolution, right to marriage, yes. That's why I said, please, from school. Okay, I want to read this. No, don't move. Rights and responsibility as parents, irrespective of their marital status, in matters relating to their children, including decisions relating to welfare and upbringing of their children. Parents must decide together to train their children together. Not that the father is showing more love, the mother is showing, and the children will see that the father is more wicked or the mother is more wicked, or this, and then even as mothers, let's not use words against our children, against our husbands. Because the man is not teaching well. The children should be away from the problems. Yes, they see, they know who is doing what, but as mothers, let's not use our words to discourage our children against our spouses, if vice versa. Then, besides to be mutual consent and understanding on the number and spacing of their children, and to have access to the information, education, and means to enable them to exercise these rights. Please go back to, there's something I wanted to read. Go back to see, yes. Okay. No marriage, yes. Okay, please, come back. Okay. Rights and responsibility as parents, irrespective of their mutual status. Okay, I've said that. Right? Decide by mutual consent and undertaking on the number, spacing of children. See, no marriage shall take place without the free and full consent of both parties. You see now, the minimum age of marriage shall be 18 years. But for the child welfare protection law, when it has to do with marriage, they bring in Sharia law, they bring in the Islamic law into view. Knowing that Islamic law provides that when a girl is up to the age of puberty. But even now, we're encouraging them, please allow the girls to finish secondary school. Let them get education, let them get something in skills, so that they will not be a liability to their husband. So that when they go to their husband's home, they will bring something to the table. Now we're talking about what women are bringing to the table now. They bring hardship now. They bring much on men. So if the woman is empowered, not sitting there and telling the husband, give me, the man will get tired. Even you as a woman will get tired. That's what I'm encouraging and taking to young girls, women, please talk to whoever they ask. They should stop depending on men only. The man gets tired too. I've had a lot of cases where the man said the woman should not work and he was providing everything. When issues came up, the man said, I'm training her for school. She know they work, she know they go to but the woman said the woman should not work. If you are the kind of person that your husband said don't work at all, then let him do a business for you, even in front of your house. Something should be coming as a woman that you should be independent. When your parents want something, you can give them something. So this is, we're not saying that the rights of every woman to even the spacing of children, right for marriage. That's why we discourage early marriage. Even at master government, we find discourage early. Even the present government, early marriage is not good for young girls because a lot of things have happened. Let the girl get to 18. If she gets to 18, she can decide she's mature a little bit. The other day I saw a young girl, pregnant, beautiful girl. The other day she was more than 19. She already had a baby. And then she was pregnant. And we had the issue of human service and the woman said, hey, the welfare officer said, press her come. This is a fine woman. She said, the husband just divorced her. He gave her Sekiyoko. I said, what happened? And the husband said he loved her. And his mother said, Sekiyoko, now what happened? That she disrespected his mother. And that was on the ground with divorce her. So I was discouraged. I said, this fine girl like that, and she's pregnant. The husband has the mind to do this kind of thing. So what am I trying to say? I'm just trying to say that it's good. You see, most of the girls, after their youthful age has been sucked, has been exacted from them. You see the man say, Nabaki. It's not nice. We don't want that. We want mature girls who are mature in mind and in brain, psychologically and emotionally, to get married. And this from 18 up of don't mind. 20, 21. It's good age. In as much as they go to school. Let them go go to institution, let them go to school. So these are the things we are preaching, and this bill is saying, encourage it. So you see, a lot of marriages, if I hear of any early marriage, they call me. When they call me, was forming that place. Was forming that place, I'll bring the law of Kaduna State and begin to tell the parents, I'm not here to fight. Allow this girl, let her finish her school. She finished her school, she wants to go for educational training, she wants to continue the higher institution. I won't mind for them to continue the higher institution. But if he insists that she must get married at that age, but at least she's done with secondary school, let her arm herself with something to go into her husband's house, so that she won't be a problem and a liability. Because if the divorce happens, the girl will come back to you. As parents, you say you don't want her again, let her go and look for her life. And then you put these girls into trouble. So that's why we are encouraging that early marriage is not too good for our young girls. Every marriage shall be recorded. Okay, we have that in the registry. It shall record they do the record marriage. During their marriage, women shall have the right to acquire our own property and to administer and manage them freely. So you see, generally this law also talks about women owning property. Besides that, women stop buying properties in your name. I'm not saying you don't buy with your husband, but please buy property. Sometimes you all want to buy property and you are informed. Then why not buy it in our names, both? It will be Mr. and Mrs. Antonio. Mr. and Mrs. Antonio is not it. If your name is Jane, Mr. Antonio and Mrs. Jane, Mr. Antonio and Mrs. Jane Williams. So the surname is there. You as a woman, so if you do Mr. and Mrs. Antonio, or you're for you. So property, if you are buying both your part in both names, of woman and man, that should be your name, his name, and then your name, Mr. Anthony and Mrs. Jane Williams. Williams is the surname. So that's how it comes, not Mr. and Mrs. The Lord does not know what is Mr. and Mrs. Anthony. And who is Carrie Anthony? The Anthony is the man. So it has to be both names. You are buying property, your property, but I begin to encourage you to own your property. I'm not a revolt. I don't do things. I do a lot of things to my husband. I buy things, but I can do what I want to do for my husband because he's a good person. He's treating me good and happy. You understand? What I'm saying to women, my husband says he wants $1 million and I have it, I give it to him. Because I know he will do more than that for me. So I encourage women to do that. I encourage women to support. Don't go, don't hide. Don't go, don't hide. Even out of the savings your husband gives you all the money for, you can do things and do things for him. If you're the type that are not working. But when you're working, you can do things and make them happy. Because only good woman will bring things to the table because she wants her family to be happy, right? That's what we have in this generation now. What are those days where our parents just go to farm and then they come and the woman. But now it's different. Whether in the Islamic world, in the Christian world, women should do something. So I'm encouraging women and I'm encouraging us own property. Buy things in your name. There's nothing wrong with tell your husband, he's a good person. Yes. There's no need hiding. But if you know the kind of man that you have, man, you have to be very careful and use wisdom. Yes, and the kind of family again is coming from. You have to use wisdom. Do it with wisdom. Use it with wisdom. A good family, there should be openness between the spouse, right? But when a man begins to turn something else, then that's when I advise you have to be wise. I'm not saying go and do anything contrary, but be wise when you're doing your things. Know the person you are with and know what works for you. On a general note, openness is better. And I tell men when I speak, I say, when you're doing buy property, buy your wife's name. There's nothing wrong. But you see, some men are okay, where the point of divorce, they start fighting for those properties because they feel they are the ones that bought it for the woman. One such case, I have a case that I'm doing presently now. It's a very serious case in Zaria. It's a case that is known about the big break because the man bought the property and the property are in the name of the case is ongoing as I speak to you now. Fight here and get different cases in court because of that. And the man, is a medical doctor, like, he was on that trainer. The people became very big, one of the best in Zaria. And he was going to take it by force because the marriage was not working. Block account of children, not managing anything. What am I saying to us? I'm saying this that as women, it's high time buy property in your name. Let your husband know if he's a good person. But if the husband is somebody else, be wise. So, in all of this, these are some of the things this bill tried to establish and then discrimination and women against all sorts of things. So we are calling on women. This is just, I just picked out the major ones to us so that we find out and hear about it. And then go and preach it. If you preach it, people become aware of it. I'm telling you, it will work better. So I encourage us women, this bill ought to be passed. It ought to be passed by the Kaduna State government. I'm hoping that it will be passed soon. I'm hoping that your advocacy, your discussion about it, when you go to your women meetings, when you have, we talk about it with them. Women are not saying that we are equal with men, Abi? Yes. We're not. In fact, you have to boost the ego of the men and tell them that they are the superior men. Yes. They are there to rule, they are there to dominate. Yes. The good books talk about them as that, Abi? Yes. But women are saying, just give us opportunity. Make room for women. Because if you educate a woman and give a woman opportunity,
she will bring in more people that would encourage other people, and you find out that you not have much issues on providing as you should. Because if a woman has, she will help her home. Even if she tell your girl, bring this, she has already solved the problem. Abi? Yes. If you don't have, she'll tell you, you pay her back, right? You pay her back, but again, it's just to say that let women be given more opportunity. Every form of discrimination against women should be stopped, and women should be encouraged to work. Wherever you go to, if you are in a neighborhood and you have a woman that is not working, tell her, go and do business, sell granite. Yes. I say my story because I want people to be encouraged. I know that it's difficult for young girls to do business now because they are being raped here and there, right? But if a child has to do a business, parents, you must put your eyes on your children. You must, the evil that there is now, it's not like what it was before. A girl can be doing business on her head and a man will take her and give her 200 and give her change. You give her change and tell her, keep her, and then you take her to a room and have sex with her. And that's why I'm a prosecutor, I do a lot of cases and I have a lot of them. Yeah, ban in Goma has changed. I said that ban in Goma, say I can chicken Kongu, and then he has sex with me. So those are some of the problems we are having. So that's why we're encouraging women, please preach this bill because it's going to really help women in Kaduna State. It's going to help women in our society to become the best. So thank you. This is just generally what the bill is all about. Thank you so much. So if you have your views, any comments, any observations, you can bring it on. So generally, this is what it's all about. I'm sure we have had at least an understanding of what the bill is all about, right? Mothers, have we had an understanding of what the bill is all about? Yes. Yes. So you can go and say that this is a bill to eliminate all forms of discrimination against women, children, and even men. Yes, so that the men will feel good. I know that you're not doing only women rights, women freedom, women activists, feminism. No, this is not what it's all about. I'll just say that give women more room, give them more opportunity. Okay, ma'am.
Good morning, House. Good morning, thank you very much for this eye-opening. You made mention of
yes. Okay.
Thank you. About buying of properties. Yes. Now, when a husband buys a property, we encourage that it should be written for Mr. and the wife's name. What about if it is the woman that is buying?
It's the same because vice versa.
Okay, vice versa.
Yes, if you want to do that. If you want to, as a woman, and you want to surprise your husband,
you want to. There's a story of a woman in Sabo here that bought property. Her husband was in an office. From the money the husband was giving her savings, that story went viral. I don't know if those of us ready about 3 years ago or 5 years ago. That the woman built a very big, beautiful house, and she just told the husband, "Come, let's go to somewhere." The man painted in front of the house, and she gave him as a gift. Now, because the man is making her happy, right? And the man is doing well for her. If the woman is happy, there's no extent the woman will not go for a man. She will be foolish if the woman is making her foolish, because she loves the man. If the woman loves, she loves with everything, and she gives her all. So that's why we're encouraging us women. Let's be our best to our spouses. But again, if you have a very wicked husband, wisdom is profitable to direct. That's about watching. So that's why I don't advise you to be bad, but you have to be wise in whatever you're doing. So it's vice versa. If you want to do that, you can do that. Like I said, if the woman needs $2 million and I have it in my account, I'll give it to him because he's a good person and he's treating me good. I'm happy. And I know he will do good for me. And he knows that his in-laws will not come and do because they are showing his need the same love and care. But if you're not otherwise, then you have to be wise. Okay? But buy property in your name as much as you can. And then tell your husband, you can buy it in the name of both of you. It doesn't stop, it doesn't change. If you have a good person and you have good in-laws, please make them happy. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Yes, kudos to Zamani Foundation, and also kudos to our facilitator. In fact, we've played, we've had, and we have absorbed. What I want to ask here is that, based on what we are being told and based on what we are fighting for, and I pray that this bill should scale through. Yeah. Secondly, we women, we should stand firm. We have the problem of ourselves. When you look at what we have been taught now, you find out that most of the problems are from us. Women are problems for women. Why? Why did I say so? When you look at it in the area of our area, when they want to shape the woman, who goes there? It is the woman. When you look at the area of our circumcision, who goes there? When they want to circumcise a woman, it's a woman. Who goes there? When there is problem of infertility in a family, it is a woman. So we women, if really we want to fight, we should know our stand. And also, we should stop doing what is not right. Because the way of preaching of the what is not right. They are not going to show you a man. Why? The rule will allow you to go and do it to your whole woman, which is not right. And you know it is not right. So this thing is fighting against this. And if we are ready for this thing, we should stop some certain things. May God help us.
Amen. Thank you. All possible really observe. My name is Lauren Victor. I want to encourage the women. When we talk about gender or equal opportunity, the women have the problem. Why I say so is, we are talking about self-reliance. So women, if they cannot stand for 1,000 naira, they don't want to bring down themselves to learn a certain skills to encourage and support their family. When you have, for example, like today, I wake up today, if my business can able to raise 10,000 naira, if my husband will not able to give a naira, giving them the money, whenever I am, whenever I say my wife. But okay, we are in the women, there are different categories. There are people who don't have the skills or the ideas we want to do. We as a leader, we need to engage and encourage them and support them any way we can. Advise them, open their eyes. You don't need to see them morning to night without having what you eat, and you will be living from one house to another. You should take that time, that 12 hours. You should be able to support the other. Even the children will respect you. Even the family will respect you. But you can say, you don't get respect for me back. You know, people because my husband is working. What do you put to your table matters a lot in gender opportunity. When you are not ready to show yourself that I can do it, we will come and help you. And if you can do it and you create a system that you have, but this is still up to the one when you teach you how to make food, when you teach you this, you don't need to grow, you will grow. And the society will be another place for anybody to live in. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning once again. Good morning. I'm Honorable Aisha. Thank you, ma'am. You know, women and young have been recognized as the driving force of social transform. Unfortunately, their active participation in government and politics has been minimal. In the first place, we need, especially with the elders, we should try as much as possible to mentor the younger ones. The younger ones that are coming, we should encourage them. Let our younger ones associate themselves with the political party. It's not, I should not trust somebody to be in my own party. No. Sit down. Look at the constitutions of all the parties. Keep yourself to the one in the federal. Like during the administration, which I will still say it tomorrow. His direction has favored women in Kaduna State. What we are saying is there should be a training where a man is the head, the woman should be the deputy. There is a bill, there is a meeting in home with either. Then we throw in that things to him that at least if a woman can deputize, even if she did not do anything to us, but we'll be happy that she's a woman. A woman is there representing the woman. And exactly that was what happened. When His Excellency invited went to contest, he now took a deputy as a woman. And most of the ministries, it was women that were heading down women. Yes, which is favorable to us. What are we saying now is yes. What I was saying is that women should be on their feet. But when you give a woman a chance, some women are not competent. They will misbehave. Come to look at it, even in the testing for cancellation, some women go there to do blunders. They go there to sell themselves. Which I always tell the younger ones, you don't have to sleep with a man to get your rights. Especially if you are a married woman. Even if you are a single girl, come with respect. Respect yourself. Like this young girl that is planning for cancellation. A man will tell you, maybe the chairman of the party, maybe you know a higher ranking of the party. He will tell you, come to me. I will make sure you get that seat. Don't give that chance. Don't agree with them. They cannot do anything to you. With them, stand on your feet. God will answer you. Now then I want to expire. I have always said it. Even this sensitization, this dialogue, this advocacy, I told the Zamani Foundation, they should include religion leaders. Let them be sensitized and know what is happening. When I came out to contest in 2011, I know what I wrote. The day of the election, I was on my bed. They were preaching in the mosque. On Saturday, every hours, I always say this anywhere. They were advising people to pray is the election day. Don't go and vote for a woman. I was on my bed, I was saying back to surrender. Back to surrender. It's my time now, and I was dead dancing. God will do it for me. And at the end of the day, God does it for me. And for me, like God, you don't have to, do all this. And we are even watching the younger boys. Not even because don't go and do the political talks. Don't do it. If you are giving me 1,000, he will tell you, okay, 300 is for this, 300 is for wheat, 300 is for food. Give your own son. Let us go and smoke the wheat together. Where are you helping your own children? And you are pushing it to the world. I always tell my this type of things in my world, it has started reducing. This political talks, I told them, use your sense. Don't allow them to mislead you in a politics. Thank you very much.
Very much, ma'am. Thank you. That's very nice experience. Please, I'll give you this mommy has been asking for since. Sorry. Ella just yes, she's been raising her hand since. Mama, sorry, is that mama? Sorry, after her then I'll give you my sorry. Okay.
Ni ke kun ya amore. Abin da yasa Allah ya tambaya saboda yaran wani kadari ne. Shi yasa a shekara 14 da ayyukan da shi. To kuma yanzu ya na ai. Ni ya na na gode da wannan tafiya. Very good, sir.
Yes, please come when I was there.
Yes. Very right, sir. Oh, mama, gode da
If I do that, I want to do that.
Fellow men in the house, we are all welcome. I don't know. It's an observation that I have seen, and it has been affecting some of us. And I don't know whether it was presented in your view. And if it is, and if it has not been captured, I will plead with you please to do so. Number one, just one, not one, just one is that inheritance.
Yes.
Most especially, most of us in the southern part, some, not all.
Yes.
When it comes to inheritance, you know, farming before, it was neglected, it was something, but now it is an whole cake to the economy. Now you see that when our father died, division of the inheritance, it was only male children that did it. And now it was not given to us to do that. And you see, probably she raised her husband as a younger age. She has to come back home to the village. And then she can start, and they have already been married. And siblings have already taken the road path. So I think this thing was, I don't know, it was captured. And if it has not captured, then what if I had behind me now is that since we have the figures, I'm standing for you, the women. I'm just feeling with me that I should go back home and tell my children to revise the position of the man again. That's what I
Thank you very much. Please keep on here. Good morning, dear. It's okay. Thank you, ma'am. That is very vital. Two very vital points there. Good morning, ma'am.
My name is Comrade Cecilia Musa.
Okay.
I'm my local government. I contested for the office of the local government chairman in 2018. And I won the primaries.
Okay.
Won the primaries, but during the general election, some things happened. Result was kept for 5 days before it was announced late at night in favor of the mayor. So whatever happened, I don't know what. But I do not know whether this bill has emphasized on various party constitutions to review their constitutions. That is the slot for women. In some of the parties, you see either 15% female participation, some 20%, some 30%. Then the highest is 35%. So if it is possible for the males and females, I believe it's not only the females that are pushing this bill.
Yes.
Let them ensure that various parties also have a look at their own constitutions. Because there are some of the African smaller countries that have 50-50, like in Uganda, they have 50-50 participation for every gender, and there are some others. So if that is done, I guess it will boost the women participation, because it will be left for the women to encourage younger ones to have the courage. Because for you to be a politician, you must possess an inner courage in trying to defeat whatever thing that they will try to bring before you in order to discourage you. Because there are a lot of things that they can do to discourage you. I don't know whether how many of us some years okay, it will not. Okay, fine. So, but that's just all that I encourage you to do. Do not mind. They will definitely try to call you an harlot. But don't you mind. They can call you that. But innermost you know that you are not one. And you just know what you are looking for. So, in politics, I know that with the autonomy of the local government autonomy, I know that the forthcoming local government election is going to be hard. It's not just going to be funny at all. So, but all the same,
And there are some of us that they have started calling, come now, come and contest, come now, come and and I know it may not be me alone, maybe there are some of you that they have started talking to, come and, So, but all I'm emphasizing upon is for you to be courageous, so that we will be able to have some spaces, to make some spaces when we get there for female participation. And the funniest thing is that at the primaries during my own time, it was the women that did not vote for me.
Yes, I'm going to talk on that.
But for the men, they will always see something in you because they know the woman has sympathy. As far as the men are concerned, once they step into that office, they buy everyone unless they are friends and brothers. So that is very important. Then the issue of owning properties.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very, very important. I want to give an example of myself. In Kaduna here, there was a house, I bought a land, completed a house, and my husband, I did not allow, even my children, I did not allow them to know what I did. So, but somehow, he just got to know that I have a land somewhere. And he said, but I have been told you have a land, why don't you take me there? And I invited him one day, and we went. And when we went, then I now opened a house, and we entered. What I did was I had furnished everything before my retirement. I did that before my retirement. And so he said, which house is this? He said, come in now. And he came in and saw that everything was set. And I said, this was the land you were told about. In fact, my husband wept. But I knew why I did that. Because he was the kind of person that if you tell him something, and he say, don't even say it, out of excitement, he will say it out. And because of that, I refuse to say it. So what I'm saying, to encourage every woman here, trying to get a property of your own. Because of the culture, the Nigerian culture does not favor the female. Because if you try to make yourself foolish, say joint account or whatever, the relations will never, some of them, they will never give you the opportunity to even take anything out of it. So be wise. That's just my own.
Very much nice. Okay, so let me address on short, if it provides for participation. It does have, on legislating on the issue of election, we have the federal laws that deals on that. But here now, if you heard I said 35%, it provides, the bill provides for 35% of women participation in political offices, in political activities. It just gives a general bill, but it more demands from the government itself. Now, not necessarily on political parties. This bill cannot legislate on political parties. It's the federal law, the electoral list, that has all of that. But we can, it will push for the participation of women. It provides that 5%. Nigeria will not go to 50-50. When this bill was presented to the House of Assembly, it used to be the gender and equal opportunity bill. But because the men in the House of Assembly fought that equal, that we want to equal ourselves with them. So you see, the name was even changed from equal to equitable. Equitable is what is just. That's what we're trying to mean. That's what that equal means. But they say that you want to pack everything from them. So that 5% they want to, they just still love it. They say that 5% is much. But we still love it at 5% here. Because if we love it and it passes, that's what we just want. Let it be passed. Even if they don't have everything, it can be amended. And we should come up and amend it to suit what is happening. But let's just get that bill to just pass. And by issue of inheritance, madam, I think that allows it. It provides for that. It provides for that. In fact, so many laws are coming these days that if the woman takes such a case to court, the court will do it in favor of the woman. When it has to do with inheritance, because we have laws of that when you go to cultural, mostly in the eastern part. Otherwise, we have a lot of cases. If you're ready to fight a case on land, you are told that, the people go fetish. So that's what we don't even want. At the point, may I just say, we don't want to go fetish with anybody. I know God is our protector, but sometimes when it has to do with them, God provides for you. Let them be. Go and buy your own. But if you take the case to court, with the present thing that we're having now, the law, because in fact, we have cases where it says such cultures are barbaric. They are obnoxious. They are contrary to good justice and good conscience.
That's what the law provides. We have a lot of cases on that, on the issue of land in the eastern part or the western part generally. There are cases, if you want to do a case on land issue, on property and inheritance, you read it hands down because the law favors women now, based on the culture. But it's just about going all out, just like that lady that said she doesn't want to fight with her husband people, and God took the justice into his hand for her. So you can see people go diverse way. You don't want trouble. Some people say you don't want trouble, they want to do. You understand? And people are going out, mostly in the east, you know, they can kill for that. Even in the north and the south, we have them, a lot of Fulani cases, a lot of even Southern Kaduna. We are having it all out. So it's a choice. But the law protects women on that, on owning things. Maybe you were not there when I talked about it. You know, yes, it does, even on the issue of inheritance. And then on the issue of that, Mama, here, I bayar a cikin Hausa ba, ya haƙuri. Amma kin gane aiko, kin gane duk yayin da na bada aiko, ai sanar da cika sosai ba, amma zan yi miki bayani yadda nake. Abu da wannan doka ta ce, shi ne yana da kyau yaran mata a bar su je primary, su je secondary, in sun gama daga haka. Za a iya sa su shawara ba yana da kyau mama a zaman da muke yanzu, yana da kyau yana tana da sana'a, tana da abun hannu. In ba ku sa ta tafi makaranta ba, mun muna ce gwamnati ka zaka ce a bar su tafi makaranta. In za iya ma a bar su tafi jami'a, ko zai investors, yes, yi bara, a bar su tafi a cikin wani za su yaso aure ya gaba. Bayan a zo bayan wani kano ta aure yan don shugaban kasa namu ba, amma suna makaranta, ita tana makaranta. Ba Najeriya take makaranta ba, ma tana makaranta ba ta kare ba, ma ta auren ta yana da kyau haka. Kin gani in yana tana da abun yi, tana da takardar hannu. Duk inda aka yi ta ko ba ta ma gidan aure ta kai ta ko shi sana ce da yawan ke da muke yi yanzu da muke da shi da yaran kanana an ba su saki mama. Yau suna kuka ba su san ina za su tafi ba. Ta ina za su tafi? Ba su san da haka ba. Sai su kuna ga muna kishin kula ana kira mu mama. Shi sa muna kuka yanzu zaman da muke ba nan a da kuma ba ko ya canja. Yana da kyau yau mace da je makaranta in ta gama primary a tafi secondary. In ana son aure da ita ma a bar ta gama secondary. In ma an zaya su tafi da wani sana'a. In ma iyaye abin da nake ce ma ya da suke wannan aure da ni. Na ce sa a makaranta a cikin makarantar ta yawo. Kin ga mai gidan zai ce ai ni ne na sa ta makaranta tana wannan bawo. Ba haka na ta ce shi sosai. Ko ke zana magana na zama da muke shi na madinan yana ce shi ya saka ta zama dakta. Ya saka ta zama likita. Yana rasa da wani. Maganar da muke ce yanzu shi ne yaran mata a bar su tafi makaranta sun gama sakandare in za iya taimake su tafi jami'a ko kwari ne ko college ne ko wani ne ko abin da kan ka koyar da sana'a ta je gida mai mutunta da daraja kada da girka ta mutane kamar ita ko shi ya kawo ko shi ke koyo mun san da haka mun san da addini sun ta ce ni ina ta ne shari'a court na yi shari'a a makaranta a yi ya samu dole na yi tuna kan irin gane wannan shi ne nukan ja musu zan ta musu kuna son ja muku ayaye na zana ya rubuta koyar da ci a wannan amma gairawar shi ne yana da kyau 14 yadda yake na bada ba yadda yake a da yanzu yadda yake zuba ba na kuma ba zaman lafiya kuma amma in yana ya zan girma ta yadda tana don wayo tana da ganewa in abu ya faru a gida ma kan ga yara karama suna rike yana karamin yana ba ta iya yadda yi ba kan wasu suna ko ta da muke kes ta doka yana ta sa a ƙarƙashin kuwa ba bai ta mutu karama ce ba ta san me ba wani tana damuta da ta haushi ta gaji kai kuma ta sa irin ta mutu shigar ta na ci sun muna kuka a taimakin yaran matan nan su dan girma su dan wayo su dan san me zaman lafiya ba mu ce su lalace ba amma su dan gane me duniya in su yi makaranta ka dan su wayo ko gida ya kore su in an fita gida aure za a doka ta gara ce to ina kun samu abin ko in ya gida ya bai bata ta aiki ba shi sa muna son ku duka wa'azin nan a duka tafiye ko a masallaci muna ma su yan religious da muka ce su ana ku tafiye yan matan nan auren sauri yana sa suna raba aure sosai ko wani zina ma da suka raba aure su yawan suna kusa su ce mutumin nan ya baci min duk rayuwa na da ina da yarinya na ina ne biyu su ce when I was a young girl and I was beautiful and everybody was coming around me this man took my whole future and this is what he's doing to me now bayan ku ce ba su iya samu aure ba amma ba dadewa ce an raba aure ba kyau ai ko Allah ma baya son ta amma abu da ka sana za ka shiga mace da Allah muna roka ta fita ba ma son mu da rabon aure amma ya taso za a yi da dalili wai ana mata duka ko za a kashe ta wallahi sai ta zo na kira kuma iyaye muna kuka muna ce iyaye da Allah in yara ma ba sun kuka sun ce ba ana so a kashe ni ki karbata kai ce ana so yaron wasu mun gwa wasu na mun daga wai ai ya ta ba ya zo na gidan auren ta ba shi sa daga ki ba ta ce ke wani da ana miki dawo miki gwa ne amma yau kina nan ne ya ki dore sa ce an kawo miki gawa wani kin yi so shi sa muna ce ma iyaye da Allah irin wannan da za ce kai ki dawo gida na kuma ki tafi in bai zo mai gida aure ki ba kawai ta raba aure baban ya ce ba ya so ta wai ya mutu ba ta zo ta gaggawa shi saboda me wai ta su ta gida aure na ce kina so a kashe kyawu a ni ba zan yadda ba ni kina ji da aure na kuma kin sani amma ni a kashe ki in zo na zo bayar na ki a ban su haka ni ba ka son aure da ba na ka ce ka tana su amma da ba ta abin da yake kuka yi tare na ce ka da Allah Habiman ce mai ta je kotu maman ta tare su ya miki ma lokacin auren ana shirya za a bizne maman kawai sai ya kawo tagar kotu wata daina ma amfani da sunan shi ana kuka mutuwa fa na kawo su kawai da dai a ya je kotu bai ma ce ya akwai da ya mutu mama fa ya ji labari amma bai ma ce komai kawai ya kawo kotu kai ta amfani da sunan shi kai ta yi komai akan sunan shi to me muke cewa magana da muke cewa shine da Allah ya amma ka dika tafiye su kaga yarinya tana da dan wayo ta dan gemanta ta iya ta dauka wasu decisions wata mataki da ya kamata ya dace ba wai muna cewa kada a wurin su ba amma dan a dan tafiye su dan girma kadan su yi makaranta su yi wayo suna dan sana'a suna da abin yi kadan a ga mata mai gida ya ce ta ce ba da kudi ya ce ba da kudi ya ta yi ya ce ba ka kawo gari zan siya bai gida ba ka kawo gobe ina son biya kudin wannan haba ko da lokaci ai ko shi ma zai gaji ai in ya samu ta guda da zai to zan kawo miki wani yaro to me muke cewa shine a tabbaki yaran matan nan su makaranta fa ba da su da wuri a dinga wazin nan gwamnati Kaduna ba ta son haka malam Nasiru Rufai malam gwamnati nan ba ya son haka yana so su gama makaranta sun gama primary secondary in za a aure da su a dan samu musu sana'a kuma kana sa su auren dole a wanda suke su fasa so ba a so kana ta ce ba sun haka kana kawo ba su da wani abokin baba ne sai shi kawai yana da arziki a wata kawai da shi a'a dukan ba ka sun haka so bayani kenan Allah ku ya kudi madan zamani this will continue from here which was really very important kana ina da case ne a kotu so in dai duk bayan da kuke so ko woman leader mama kuna so kuna da meeting na mata haka kuna da taruwa haka kuna so a zuwa muku maganan nan za mu yi mu kawo an kofa na mabili zamani tana nan muna hada hannu da idan kina so yes Zamani can send it is open duk kuma da yake so if you want to do presentation yourself ma kina so ke magana ki musu magana na akan shi iso kuna hotel a ta ba ku ba me yasa ku yana nan ma in dai kuna so kun ce mata in ta turo muku you can talk about it you can ask me questions on it if you want to present it to your members or you want me to call I can always do that please thank you very much I have to run to call thank you. Anyone that has question more, my number, I can tell Madam Zamani, she will avail you my numbers. You can call me, then we'll talk about it. Thank you. When you have cases too, you can call out and call me. I will handle some of these cases for you people. Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am. I'm a financial secretary of FIDA, so thank you. Yes, I shall do something like that. Okay, please. Right there, you phone it for them. 34 72 67 10 34 72 67 10. Okay, let me call it again. 080 34 72 67 10.
The name again,
Mr. Sarah. Because I'm available at any time, please. I would love to do this sensitization with women more so that they will know more of these things. So we'll be glad. Thank you, Max. I'm really sorry, I have to be in court. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Sarah Peters. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Please let us give Vice Sarah a round of applause. Thank you so much, Vice Sarah. Please, labari da I never hear voice. But this Kayada, because we really need this kind of information out there. So it would be lovely to have you on radio for us to talk about things like this. It would be beautiful. More women need to hear this message because a lot of people get scared about legal fees. It's an issue. So, but when they know that FIDA is ready to help in matters like this, it's also, it galvanizes women to come out. And like you said, with this new law on local government autonomy, we are set to go places.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you. Okay. I'll get your number through the CEO. All right. Thank you so much, our distinguished women who are in the hall today. I will be calling on Honorable Hannatu Billionaire. She is the Honorable Hannatu, Dr. Mrs. Hannatu Usman Biniat was born on the 28th of November 1953. She's a widow who hails from Kaura local government area of Kaduna State, of course, of our great country, Nigeria. And she speaks a number of languages, Takara Hausa and English. And currently, she is the Chief Executive Officer, that is the CEO of Poverty Alleviation and Development Center, that is PADEC. Her contact address for this organization called PADEC is at flat number 12, Umuleri Street in Kudenda, Chikun local government area of Kaduna State. Honorable Biniat she's a graduate of Business Administration, master's degree in guidance and counseling. She has a doctorate degree in Christian education, a postgraduate diploma in education, that's a PGDE, technical. She also has a certificate in social mobilization, SEDPA. She has a certificate in strategic communication for development projects with the World Bank. Now, her public-private life, so that we know who we are about to listen to. She is a seasoned administrator, caregiver, facilitator, and public servant who has served in various capacities in the public and private sectors. The Chief Executive Officer of the Poverty Alleviation and Development Center, PADEC, in Kaduna State, worked for 25 years from the rank of Assistant Trade Officer to Chief Audit Officer in charge of Pension Department in the Office of the Auditor General in Kaduna State, and also acting chairman to the committee that computed the benefits of rationalized staff in Kaduna State. She is a teacher, a one-time hospital secretary of Turaki Buga Memorial Hospital in Kagoro, Kaura local government area, and also a former state coordinator, Association of Orphans and Vulnerable Children, between the years of 2007 and 2011. Okay, so this is where the lines become very blurred. I cannot see it very well. State Electoral Commissioner of Kaduna State Independent Electoral Commission, talking about CAD-SICOM from the year 2008, thank you very much, to the year 2011. She's former chairman, Kaduna State Independent Electoral Commission, CAD-SICOM, from 2011 to June 2015. Former National Secretary, Forum of State Independent Electoral Commissions of Nigeria, for SICOM, from 2011 to 2015. She facilitated the establishment of Child Protection Network, that's the CPN, in 12 communities and 6 local government areas in Kaduna State between the year 2005 to 2008. She's also state coordinator of NACTAL. She was from 2006 to 2019, and also the Northwest Zonal Coordinator from 2020 till date. She's State Coordinator, Civil Society Network on Migration and Development, CSO's Net MAID, from 2021 till date. Now, in development work, Honorable Vignette is a development officer who has worked tirelessly to redress child education in Nigeria. She is an activist on the HIV/AIDS scourge, promoter of cooperative movement, advocate of budgetary control and tracking, facilitator of child protection issues, with numerous conferences and academic papers to her credit. She has also traveled widely within Nigeria and beyond in sensitizing and advocating for different efforts. She's a resource person to numerous NGOs, the World Bank, local government councils, women youth groups, UNICEF, Universal Basic Education, the United Nations Development Program, and NAPTIP, the National Fadama 2 and 3 projects, and a lot more. I thought we would hear a round of applause at this point because I'm reading like a lot here. Now, in pursuit of academic excellence and love for education development, she participated in the monitoring of the national personnel audit of all basic education institutions in Nigeria under Civil Society Action Coalition and Education for All. She is the immediate past Kaduna State President, Network Against Child Trafficking, Abuse, and Labor, which is the NACTA. She is also present Northwest Zonal Coordinator of the Network Against Child Trafficking, Abuse, and Labor. She participated in capacity building on effective advocacy on migration issues from the 17th to 18th August 2021 in Kaduna, which was organized by the Civil Society Network on Migration and Development in Nigeria. Her leadership role in women empowerment. She is a one-time State Financial Secretary, State Secretary, and First National Assistant Secretary of the National Council of Women's Societies, that's the NCWS. She is National President at Takar Women Association of Nigeria. She was that from 1995 to 2003. She was also a delegate to the Constitutional Conference, President EPA Women's Fellowship Gombe in Gombe State, a one-time President, Women Missionary Union, Battle Baptist Church in Maladi, Kaduna. Presently, Kaduna State Women Leader, Congress of Northern Nigeria Christians, the CNNC. Okay, for international travels, 17th session of the Commission on Human Settlements and the organizational session of the Preparatory Committee for Istanbul, which was held at Nairobi in Kenya in 1999. She attended a regional workshop in Dakar, Call to Action, Children Affected by HIV/AIDS, in October 2006. Awareness creation on child trafficking, STEMI border in Benin Republic in 2007. And the USA Women's Leadership Program observed local, state, and national elections in the United States in 2008. Please, can we give a rousing? Now, this is very, very important that we do this. You know why? Women, we are not often celebrated. When we do things, in fact, as a matter of fact, I'm sure that Honorable is like, let's just, let's go past this and talk. Because it has gotten to a point where, as women, when we are being celebrated, we get uncomfortable. Please, let us learn to revel in our accomplishments, in the things that we have done. We deserve it. When you go to places and they start to call the titles of men, and they are doing that, they are Baba Rega like this. They stand and they are swiveling in it, and people are hailing them. But when it comes to issues of women, it's as if, let's just sweep it under the carpet. This is a female round table. We will celebrate ourselves because it starts from here. If we don't celebrate ourselves within ourselves, then there's a problem. Every time I've held programs on air and I have talked about females in politics, female participation, guess what? Men call and they will tell me, you are your own problem. Sarah Jibril did this. They always go back to that. Women do not support women. So yes, we celebrate you, Honorable. Please, a rousing round of applause for her. Thank you very much, Honorable. And I would like to also appreciate a Zamani Foundation board member, former Minister of Environment and former local government chairperson in the person of Mrs. Marlon. Please here. You're welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, you want to say a few?
Because if she starts, I know how. We will not get this thing. We ask for your permission to just leave the women. I was the CEO of Zamani Foundation and the board members, my sisters, lovely sisters sitting there. Good afternoon. Oh, still morning. I'm sorry, Sister Stone. You have her CV. In fact, if I allow her to stand here, I will sit here for 2 to 3 hours before she starts. So I just have to come in to say hello and to see your beautiful faces and encourage you as women that God loves us and He has given us talent and ability and the will to move this country forward. But first of all, we have to move our families, then the country at large. I just came in because I got the invitation and I told her, I said, I will come in and spend 1 hour. But as a politician, and this is the time, we are preparing for congresses. And so every local government is struggling since 2 days now. I've been attending meetings. Yesterday they had a meeting in my house and we didn't finish. This morning we are preparing to see how we can put in a local government expos. And so I had to stay back to the committee so that we can round up our preparation. I'm going to Abuja because there's a public hearing tomorrow at the Senate, and I've been invited by our senator to be one of the... Yes. So tomorrow there's a public hearing, and I'm traveling this afternoon with others. So I said I will come in, even if it is 1 minute. So I've been inviting me as a board member. Honestly, I have not had a chance to attend. One thing or the other, when she's organizing this type of, conferences or sittings. So I said I will come in. I don't have much thing to say. I have, but not today. When I have time, then I'll come and share my own experience with you. I started at the local government. It wasn't easy. I didn't give up, and I continued. And the Lord took me to where I am today. So I'm a board of trustee member in my party. And so I pray that, as this sister has said, she started and won. I don't know what position she won. Councillor. Yes. Was it during our time? What's the name?
Honorable Aisha.
Well, there was a lady that won local councillor that was in Zaria, and they stopped during our time. you know.
It was in PDP
Yes,
2011.
they stopped her. She won, but they stopped her. So, my sisters, you are welcome.
Thank you.
When you educate a woman, you educate the whole nation. And then she knows where to take her children to. So I pray that God will use us now. Let us come out. Let us bring others. Once you are educated, what is happening now? A woman will know what to do to give food to her children. But if you are not educated, you don't have anything doing. Hunger will kill you. But by the grace of God, women are waking up. So we thank Zamani Foundation for the good works you are doing towards women's participation to know how to liberate themselves and fight the men and get their rights, protected. Thank you and God bless. I think it's still morning. Good morning, great women of Nigeria. Oh, you are not great. You are not African. Good morning, great women of Nigeria. We are here to celebrate ourselves. The person sitting next to me saw me react when we say women were our problem. I reject that. Do you know why I reject it? That's what we say, and the men use it against us at all times, and I get angry in my spirit. We are not a problem at all. I want us to value ourselves. Say, I am a woman. I'm a woman of dignity. I'm a woman of value. Can anything be done without a woman? The name is who? Man. So the name man cannot even come in without the woman. So let's clap for ourselves. Now, if we celebrate ourselves, we will know what is the purpose of creation. Because when we miss that purpose, we won't understand. I've always told women, right from the local area, I will talk about women, I will talk about politics at the local government level, all spheres of life, because Sarah briefed, she told a lot of things that are here. I'm not going to talk much about gender-based violence. We have handled it, but we'll look at violence in politics. We'll look at participation of women in politics. And once we stop this complaining and value ourselves, one lady spoke here, and I had it in my mind. As a woman, you say women were the one that did not vote you. What did you do to bring in women when you were campaigning? Are you getting my point? I'm just bringing issues that we need to understand. Key things we need to know in politics. I learned more of politics from Binta Garba, she is now Binta who? You remember her from Kaduna South? She was in the House of Reps. I think she's still in the House of Reps, back to her own state. But I learned more on her. Key things you need to know as a woman. You want to join politics. In the class, let's be realistic. How many women have been leading in the school? You find women leading from primary one to secondary school to the university. That same spirit you use in contesting or learning in school, use that same in assessing yourself to those things that God has planned you to do as a woman. Nobody says you will not have challenges. It's a lie. Even in marriage where you have all around I love you, you have challenges. Isn't it? But fight to win, not with a fight that brings in violence. A fight that the person you are fighting will turn around and say, I didn't look at it in this way. Do you get me? Yes. The woman has a way of getting the attention of anyone she wishes to get the attention. She can get the attention of my speaker. I just spoke to His Royal Highness 2 days ago, and I know I'm guilty, but I started on a softer note because for over 3 months he didn't know I was sick. I just had surgery on my eyes, so you may not. I thank God I can see you. I had surgery on my 2 eyes. Even today I'm supposed to have an appointment, but thank God they told me the appointment is for 2 o'clock. So it's giving me the opportunity to be here. So one thing I want to say is that I knew where to start with. At the end, it was His Royal Highness that was saying he never knew. You understand me? You may even do things that you may not even wish to do, but you know how to go around to get the best out of that situation. So let's look at politics. How much do we know about politics? How many of us, every human being is a political animal? Do you agree? Yes. Right in your house as a mother, you play politics. I was telling her about inheritance. Most of the things we talk about inheritance affects the Christians in the southern part. But they don't know what the Bible has clearly said about inheritance. Those 3 children, 5 girls belonging to a Levite that died, that they fought for their inheritance. And it has become a law up to today in Israel that women should be given their inheritance. Whether they are a male child or no male child, they are entitled for their inheritance. So those who fight you on inheritance, they are fighting out of ignorance. And thank God there is a law. And sometimes you don't fight because you don't know what the law says. Many of us, I'm happy I had you, and I'm happy. Local government autonomy, I thank God. Even as the forum of the State Independent Electoral Commission, I was the National Secretary. We fought and been talking about this autonomy of the local government. Finally, it is here. Now, you don't just sit down and say you will win. I will start on that because I better talk about current issues that will leave here well equipped with that. Before I came in, you heard that I was the former chairman of the commission. The person that took over from me, Dr. Sarah also, she has just retired and resigned, and a new, how many know that there's a new chairman of the State Independent Electoral Commission? However, please, sincerely, of this whole woman is an activity that took place in Kaduna State, and whereas it went through the house, she was so ill. Last week,
One of the commissioners is my mom. We were together with her even yesterday.
Don't worry. You see how God works. You see, it is by the grace of God. If the women have not been doing well. I served there as a commissioner first for 4 years. I served completely for 7 years because as the chairman of the commission. Then after me, a woman came in. I put a platform Do you understand me? In the State Independent Electoral Commission, I was the first woman to be a chairman in Kaduna State. Do you get the point? Why I'm saying this thing is we value what we have, we appreciate who we are, and that goes in. When the men are there and want to say, move a problem, move a problem, but soon a problem, don't move. Simple. Do you get me? So after me, do you know what Hajara is, the present chairman? She was my political officer. Clear for her. And how many of us who even know her have called her to congratulate her? You say women were our problem. Yes, to some extent. How many of us have called her to encourage her? Quickly, my PA called me and said, Mama, Nancy Mekisani Bagashika, I don't care. So I answered the one in Kazara Kazanete, Hajara, congratulations. And I want to tell you, a young girl, I say, you will win, do more than, I said she was my protocol, you should know that she was quite young. Now, she has become the chairman of Kaduna State Independent Electoral Commission. I'm saying this because when you don't know and you say Zaki Takara, you don't know the chairman at the local government level. We are talking of local government level. No, that's the state. The constitution that empowers. You see, these are the things. The last time I had a program here, I asked you, how many of us have a copy of the constitution? The executive constitution. Not the constitution. That post office, you buy a copy of the constitution for yourself. You need the copies because that's what guides you. The constitution, the section that empowers each state to establish a state independent electoral commission is in the constitution. And then each state goes back. Please, are you getting me? I want you to have this fundamental understanding and know the copies of these things you need in case you want to contest election at the local government, whether as a councillor or whether as a chairman. I'll be happy to hear somebody say here as a woman, I want to be the chairman of a particular local government, Canada local government, Bulgaria local government, local government. This is where it starts. Zamani local government. It starts here. Yes, ma'am.
Mommy,
Yes, ma'am.
it's still a little bit confusing, especially with this energy autonomy that has just
Coming.
coming in. It says the local government election.
Yes.
INEC should conduct if approval is given for that autonomy. So it's still confusing.
Before I left this morning, I had a lot of discussions. There is still a lot to be done, even if INEC is to take power. Like before I came in here, the State Independent Electoral Commission said, "Mommy, we need this and this and this concerning the conduct of election in 2012. I'm just letting you know. Already, there is a law. Kaduna has going to amend the law to enable it conduct election. No more using that machine that you are using it, but use the ballot paper. I'm giving you expo. Do you get me? And this election must be done immediately. Within the 90 days notice must be given. These are things we need to know. 90 days must be given. They must hold meeting with stakeholders. There are a lot of activities. So before I came for this meeting, they told me, I said, sorry, I have a meeting. I can't get that to you, but after the meeting, I'll be able to give you. But I quickly called my PA check in your system. Try to bring the timetable, submit it out. Please, everything that comes out, even if you are not going to contest, you are going to help somebody to run the race. I don't know whether you are getting me. Musembo working. Musembo working. And participate fully. That amendment that I need over because I just came back from Kano because we are reviewing national policy on migration 2015. I just came back on Friday, and then my sweet daughter is calling me to be here. I want to say I'm privileged, I'm honored to be able to serve you in this capacity. Please, you can ask any question regarding how to participate fully as a woman, to grab that opportunity that has been done with a bill which we are waiting the implementation. Because you know this bill is talking about equity. Yes. Yes. Now, how do I as a woman grab this opportunity? Now I say, number one, get a copy of the Constitution. The leading the nature hacker said, do by that section, that chapter, no Constitution, they are empowering Kaduna, each state government establishing state independent electoral commission. Establishing state independent. I think the nature of the Begani neighbor is that they still have, INEC cannot just jump and say they come to conduct local government election. Sorry, I'm telling you some intricacies. No, we need to understand why the law. I don't go in a second. That constitution, that section of the constitution must be amended. Very happy. That section of the constitution that empowers each state government to establish state independent electoral commission must be properly amended. And you know, since the constitution we have now is 1999 amended. It has not been amended. We thank His Excellency, the President, for taking this bold step. It's a good one. It's a way forward. But I said there is more work to be done. But I'm proud of Kaduna State for establishing a law that says, okay, this is our method of voting, so that it makes it simpler and the election will take place within the stated time. 90 days notice must be given. So we are so mal. State independent election protection. Rana has also fitted the guidelines because I can stakeholders. Are you getting me? And that's how it goes on and on. Are we getting there? Are we together? How do I get the law that the Kaduna State has made? Please, Kuji. I don't know whether they still call it the Ministry of Information, but the printing part of it is the one that prints the laws. You can buy an example or copy in. You understand me? So that you have the copy of the law amended of the State Independent Electoral Commission. And she amending using ballot paper. Are you together? I don't know other amendments. Sena, Jena, Samina, copy. Are we together? Now, having known this, I always tell people that political parties are the midwife of democracy. It is the political parties that are the midwife. At the point of delivery, they must be there to ensure successful delivery of whoever will be there. Do you get the point? So, non-participation in any political party does not make sense to anyone that say he's a politician or want to be a politician. Because the law clearly says you must belong to a political party to be voted and be voted for. Do you get me? So you must be, kana so as a maker, you must belong to a political party. Are we together? Political party will give parts to who will contest election at the primary level and at the final election level for everybody. Are we getting the system? I hope we understand the system is so simple, but we need to have an understanding. If you don't participate, if you are not registered in any political party, you can't even say you want to be a councillor. Without, you must be in a political party. You must participate actively. And that's why I was saying, we are not the problem. Look at it, mapping out strategy thinking. Please let women be your key. Also keep thinking. Go and tell them what you want to do. Am I making sense? Every person is relevant. Even the cripple. Those who are having one disability or the other, they are very important. I think they have their different associations.
Yes, they are both.
They count. Do you get me? Try to bring everybody that you know that is important. If you are a Christian, get your church members. Get the women to understand whether they carry their mouth like this for you. Talk to them and tell them that you are contesting. Are you getting me?
Not only the Christians, even the Muslims. You go to
listen, I've started with the Christian. I'm moving to the.
You go to church.
Do you understand me? Go to the Muslims area. Tell them, please, kakijiki amankowa. Ngamba kyadinchi. Ni bari ga muku. Kusan kafin Allah ya kawo this level. Na ne ni takara a kawo na kawo. Wai chairman. So Sunday, zan zauna a kasa in ci tuwon kakashi with them. I don't know whether you understand me. Do you understand me? Some of us, you don't be too big for those who will give you that one vote, because every vote matters. Be as simple as possible and love them from your heart. And ensure that you have a manifesto of what you intend to do. If you are chosen as a chairman, what do you intend to do as a chairman of a local government? What does the Constitution gives you power as a chairman to do? That's why I'm talking about the Constitution. Don't begin to say it is now that they have autonomy that maybe some of these things have to be addressed. But somebody is vying for a councillor and say, I'll construct a bridge. In other case, I'm going to design a bridge. Hello? Do you get me?
Yes.
You have to look at areas that empowers you, either as a councillor or a chairman at the local government level. I say I will talk today about local government. I may not go too much on anything outside local government. Even also, there are women that fought for us. Up to the time that Gabo Sawaba dies, she knew me, she would call me Hamnatu everywhere, because she went to prison so many times to get us this right that we have today. Many of them, Laila Dogonyawo, many of them, Angelina, they are all late. But Jaja, thank you so much. You know, they fought. Sarah was talking about, by the 70s, when I had my first baby, in the 70s, maternity leave was not for every woman. They will give you the leave, but you are not underpaid. And then those who understand what they will give you the leave and not underpaid. Do you understand me? But today we have maternity leave with our full pay. This has been fought by women to take us to this level. The power must increase and not reduce now. As you try to go to politics, I want to say I'm praying that in the next members that we have in the House of Assembly, we shouldn't have less than 5. many local governments do we have? 23 local governments. And in 23 local governments, we don't even have. Do we have one woman as a chairman?
No, we don't have.
How many vice chairmen do we have?
We have vice.
You can count them. You know why I'm saying this thing? Because right at the party level, I know of in the South where women fought and said, if a man becomes, and it was amended in their law, if a man becomes a chairman, a woman becomes a vice chairman. Do you get me? But it can be fought through the party. Through the party. Because you can't control all the parties. Are we together? But again, sometimes, it's the power you may have as a vice chairman may not be as powerful. Because the chairman is the one that has the power. It's only when unless he delegates any power to you.
Yes, to the vice.
To the vice. Without that, you have no power. Let's look at this thing critically and move again. Like I'm trying to cut what is there. Like I say, the powers that gives you what to do as a councillor and a chairman is in the Constitution. So that when you are campaigning, you know exactly what to tell the people. So that the government says, do you understand me? It may work against you. Do you get me? Now, after that, please work both at the states, at the local government, and the national level of your party. I know what I'm saying. Not just to be a figurehead, but they know your participation. And if you are buoyant, please also be a financial contributor to what they are doing. Not to be a beggar. You get me? They want to leave Kaura and come to Kaduna for a meeting. You can hire 2-3 buses. You understand me? They know that you are praying that though they can still be wicked. When I say they, you know what I mean by they. You know? But they are our friends. They are our friends. I'm telling you, if you know how to work with them. I followed a man contesting for governorship in Kaduna State. I had a cricket then, and I was still stronger. I crossed round the 23 local government without a driver and with my own fuel. And you cannot call my name and you say he doesn't know who I am. And I should be the number. But what I'm saying, that's part of contribution. One of our senators that got even the senatorship in Southern Kaduna, I went around all the local governments in Southern Kaduna when he was contesting for senatorial. He won. What I'm saying is not what you benefit, but you are putting yourself into the system and participating physically, morally, and financially. Are we together? And let them see you alone. This woman, the question about so select them deliberately to always be with you. Select these women. Hello? Select them. Select them. Support them. Encourage them. They will give you their votes willingly. Friends, I'm not bought. I know you can say siyasa that's here, but the percentage of those who make their vote, how many of you either voted in 2012 local government election? You either voted in Kaduna State, yes. By which local government votes 33 wards was won by other parties other than PDP. Magajin Gari, this Kaduna North local government was the chairman was by them, which is CPC, yes, not by PDP. Samaila. What I'm trying to say is that if you work with the people, you get your vote as it is. Work with the system. I think I have spoken something. I'll keep opportunity for questions before maybe we can go to another area of violence. Can I stop here? Yes. Thank you. Please tell me your name and your local government. I'm interested in local governments.
I don't mind. Thank you so much. My name is Naito Mewada.
You are my daughter.
Oh, praise God. I'm from Kachia local government, but married to Zaria local government. And that's what brought my question, indigenization. Indigenization. When I contested, I had problem. I went back to my local government, and most of them denied me that I can't contest because I married to Zaria local government. So I should go back there and contest for the election. So I have problem there. I still went ahead because I told them it's not constitutional that because I'm married, I'm a bona-fide member of the local government. So I don't know why I will not vote. And they all feel that Zaria local government is not going area so much. And I think this is one of the things that got me down. That's why I said that I'm sure most women are having the same problem because of this marriage issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I cannot tell you no, but I can also tell you no. Yes. In Kaira local government, how many of you know Mrs. Aya? Okay. She's not an indigene of Kaira, of even Kaduna State, but she contested at all many levels and into House of Reps, and she won. There is something we always do. The truth, you must be careful how you say the truth. By people that, please, are you following what I'm saying? By people that understand the truth and will play the politics of winning hearts. Am I making points? That will sell you. Do you get me? Who remember Mrs. Tete? She was a counselor in those days. Grace, late Grace. She wasn't a chairman, she was a councillor. Right in Kaduna North local government. Malali. Do you understand me? It was not easy. Some of us were behind the pushing. Some of us did not sleep in our house. Sometimes, but you need people that will understand. Your husband must understand you. Your children must understand you. Look, there are things that you need to understand. You want to do this thing, start it from the home. Discuss with your husband's family. Discuss with your parents. When I was saying I contested for chairmanship, my father was a full-time PDP, and I contested under before ANPP, it wasn't, ANPP. And they dragged me. They just had that I retired from government to run my NGO. And they dragged me. I was shedding tears. And they dragged me, if you know that Kaura Market Square. They put me on top of a drone. My husband had to park, he went with official car, had to park a bit far because he doesn't have to. But my husband said he watched me like a lamb that is about to be slaughtered. Because I could not, they wrote me, I say I'm not interested. I went to tell them I'm not interested. And immediately they saw me, they went and beat me. You know how politics is. Yeah. And they put me on top of that drone. From there, you know where I rushed to? when they finished, I had to go to my father because I knew that my father was PDP. My father looked at my face and clearly told me that we will not win, no. My dad, because he's from PDP and it is going to affect him as a PDP member. It affected him. It affected him. But you know that even as a woman, most of the votes came for me because they preferred me as a woman over the man. Do you get the point I'm trying to say? And that's how, from the politics I hate, I got into politics. But when I became the chairman of it, that's what I want to tell you the difference. As a chairman of the State Independent Electoral Commission, I ceased to be a politician.
Yes.
Because you need to know the law. I ceased to be a chairman, and any political party. They had to go to my ward and print the register. In the House of Assembly, they reported to be sure that my name is not in the register of PDP, to be qualified to be the chairman of State Independent Electoral Commission. So, in that was some cover. They say, I need to attend the PDP meetings and the rest of it. It's wrong. You cannot be a referee. And say you will coach and be a fair person. You need to understand all these things to Kanye. Until we know these laws, we may be working against ourselves. And I want to tell you, it didn't work. You shouldn't go and sleep. Those people that did not vote you, still follow them. Still follow them and understand why they did not do what they did. So when they didn't find it that way, they went back to it. Honorable that left, she's from Kaura local government. She's from Kaura local government. But she married Sangoka. I can give you so many examples. So strategize. Politics is like war. I told you I learned it from Binta. She said, it's like war. So you must plan how to win. Not with violence. You must buy even those who hate you and see that they love you. They will even be the ones to carry your campaign on their head. Have I answered you? Yes. Thank you.
I had two things in mind as you were discussing. The first one was you said we should carry everybody along as a politician, which is very true. When I retired from service, I worked with Nigeria Railway Corporation then. So when I retired, it was my people from my ward that insisted I should come into politics. But because before I look at it as a petty game, I don't want to associate myself to be a politician. They said the women politicians are harlots. No, that they see women everywhere. Not until when I came into politics that I realized is if you are loose, then that is how they will take you. That is number one. So people my generosity in the hospital. I was an account staff. I was transferred to the hospital, into the general hospital care as the cashier. So I have sympathy for people. When they bring people like their money is not complete, or accident case, I will tell my doctor then let Dr. Alvin, doctor attend to them and they should deduct from my salary. If they bring patients, at times I book food from my house to come and give them in the hospital. That will go venture into politics. People gathered I should be. When I discussed with my husband, he said, if that is what you want, you have all my support. So I ventured into politics. Then I associated myself with Honorable Anila Alhat. To be frank, when somebody was saying, we are the problem of ourselves, I was saying, no, it's a lie.
because I will not help you make me where I am today. Guess what she did for me? Even the money we paid for 10 days, she brought it from her pocket and paid all the benefits that brought me in as a candidate. And she stood by me till I won that seat. Even before she gave me councillor area development. At least I was there, I think, for 18 months or so before I resigned and said I want to contest for that seat. And she said, fine, go and get the form. God will be for us. And play, I want to see. So that is why I said, we women were not the problem of ourselves. With all this sensitization, with all these NGOs that we have around, calling us for meeting, sensitizing advocacy, opening our eyes. I by now we have had that state that we are the problem of ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to add to what my honorable here said concerning women's participation. Honest. And this is DS, that's the coordinator of CALSA 2030. I know most of you know and the representative of the National Council of Women Society. I'm the vice president of the BS State Chapter, and right now I'm representing Northwest, so Sahara Africa, and former and also represent the general youth at the World Youth Center. Please, I just want to say, add to what you said. If you are participating, don't say because you are a woman. So, contribute. That time, I was going around 1996. But, was with that campaign. No money. When I have to give, I just went and printed all the flyers and whatever he did. And I take it to my good teller, give him. He was even asking, where is my house? I said, you don't need to know my house. And you don't need to come. So that time, anytime they need help, they will come to me and I will help. And I was not even in politics that time, but I was supporting them. So when they had problem with Lawrence, I just saw and quickly Musa Narai, and the Narayu was, they came to my house that they all need to complete their council, not even contest on the post. I said no, I'm not ready now because I have a lot on me. I'm still going around the 19 and I said, the work that the 19 other government gave me, I have to complete. They said, I said no, I'm not ready. Thank you for your offer. You see, I did not even buy for, I did not contest. But because of your contribution, it means a lot to them, just as Mama said. For some of us, want to be taken, you don't want to spend. You must pay. You spend money to get money. Yes. If you don't spend money, even in business, if you don't spend, you cannot get. So please, let us learn how to spend money and get money. Support your fellow sister, support your brothers in politics. And for you in Zaria that said they denied you, I don't think they will deny you. Because if you are there and you are not working with the politicians that are there, they are doing meeting, you are not there, they are doing this, you are not there, and you just come out and say you want to contest. Who will support you? Nobody will support you. So we should say the truth, as Mami says. If you don't work and you just wake up one day and say, I want to participate, how can they accept you? So I pray God will give us understanding. Please, I also want to invite for the president of National Council of Kaduna State.
Wow!
So please, I wish all of you to support.
Okay, that is another area of participation. Because I don't want any area to be left.
Please, women.
I'll tell you what I'll tell
Women council.
it's all right. You have to.
I was. Let them participate. No women council have fight for politics. Even we have women commission. We fought for women participation in politics. We fought for 10%, 15% and up to. So please, wake up and stand and fight for your right.
Thank you so much. In the council, Kaduna State National Council, you had the presentation and up to the national level. But you cannot vote, they cannot vote for you, madam, until their organizations are ready. I want you to, you need to, that is so weak, the Genie, every organization, tribal organization, any group organization that you know as women, you are 100% women, go and register with the National Council of Women Societies. That empowers you to give you the power to vote, either at the local government level or at the state level. In order to vote her, you must start at the local government level. Be members of the National Council of Women Society. I wish you success. Amen. So the tenure is almost over. The present tenure is almost over. Okay. I'm sorry for the loss of your national president who died a month ago. It's unfortunate.
So I stand on the already established protocols.
Yes.
My name is Comrade Cecilia Musa. By birth, I come from Zango local government, but my political participation, I do it in Jama local government where I got married. So, and while I was a civil servant, I was engaged in so many labor union leaderships. And so, I'm a nurse by profession. So looking at when I became in 2007, I became a state chairman of Nurses and Midwives in the state. And so, when I became the state chairman, I sat down with my state administrative council members, and I said to them, I want all of us to look at what exactly we do not have. What is the need of this union? Critical need of this union.
So need assessment.
Yes, so that we will be able to intervene. And behold, from inception, even before the separation of Katsina from Kaduna, as great as nurses and midwives were, there was no secretariat for the union. And so we were squatting in the NLC secretariat in a single room. So when we came in, now said, that should be our focus. And behold, that dream came to fruition in 2015. We started it in 2012, and with judicious usage of the check-up dues that we get from our members, we are able to erect a 2-story building.
Can you do like that?
And that is where one for usually hold their meetings, and so many other organizations go there to use the hall. And so what I did was that when we were to commission that secretariat, I informed the village, the zone where I participate politically. I invited them to come for the commission. And when they came and they saw, because collectively the nurses of the state say, I will have to name this house after you. So when you get to after Echo Scan, you will see the 2-story building, and the address is called Cecilia Musa Nurses House. And when they went back after that particular consecration of the place, that was how they began to talk among themselves in the vehicle And as soon as they reached home, the news went like wildfire. And then I said, are we going to leave Mama with all the foresight to go and sit down like that? We need her in the political arena. And that was 2015. And that was how the journey began. And they kept on shifting the date for the local government elections until, that was from 2015 until 2018. And I have already started the campaigns. And you know, at home, the moment you indicate interest, everyone will almost want to shift their own personal problems to you. And you must solve, but you must be wise so that you will not drain your pocket before the actual time you really need the money, because the day of the election, the primaries, you need money. So that's it. So what I'm saying is that in politics, you must be able to believe in two categories of people that vote: the women and the youths. These are the two categories of people that actually go out. They can even die for you. And that was what kept me. And behold, was able to win the primaries. And I want to, before I sit down, I want to particularly thank our sister Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, yes.
I'm telling you the truth, she was of immense contribution to me. She gave me free access to Invicta Radio. And at any moment, she will say, anytime, if you want to say anything, you want to speak to your constituency, come. We are going to, and she will go and talk to them. And that was it. She was so, she was a woman. She, yes, that's a woman. Actually encouraged me a lot. So thank you, kudos to you. And so anyone that you want to participate in the forthcoming election, probably I may not, plus minus, I'm still consulting. I will still go back again to contest for the local government chairmanship. But I want to say that anyone of us as a woman we want to contest, you can count on her. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you. Consultation is part of the game. Have you gotten it? Consultation is part of the game. One serious issue I want to talk about is relationship. Relationship, whatever level. Don't use people and bend them. Maintain relationship. No, I'm talking. And what is that saying is what will give you the victory is that relationship you have built over the years. She has brought in issues of relationship. She has discussed relationship. Everyone that may give us an example, whether in the church, whether in the mosque, wherever, your participation and relationship matters. When I was contesting for chairmanship, Zainab Maina, the national president of the National Council of Society, came down to Kaura local government with her. By then she was the woman leader of PDP. PDP, Zainab Maina. Huh? Some history. How do you go for politics? Please try to know. Zainab Maina was, for those who are in PDP, Zainab Maina was the national woman leader, not PDP. As that, she came down to Kaura local government to encourage me. The whole local government was looking and see a crowd. You understand what I mean? To see who they are supporting. Don't misuse any opportunity. Maintain your relationship. Even with your husband, don't say that. It doesn't matter. He matters. Your brothers, your sisters, your cousins. Are you getting me? Both maternal and marital and paternal. they all matter. They are very important. As a widow, I can tell you, if I had not retained good relationship with my own husband's side, I will have challenges because I need them to do what? To support me. So as women, we have a lot of area to leverage on. Your schoolmates, even in primary school, your schoolmates in the university, just tell them I'm vying for this position. These are areas, you don't know who is who, can talk to who and who. And then that will give you good results. Before you know it, the person that sponsored me, while I told you I went to, is it APP by then? He just heard that I was contesting. My husband was working in Gombe, and I was also working in Gombe as an assistant accountant with Gombe Agricultural Project in Gombe. When he came back from his youth service, he worked under me. You can tell me. If I was back, would he go there? And he was by then in the House of Assembly. And he came down and sent in money in hundreds of thousands to support the campaign. I'm saying this so that we don't leave any stone unturned. People will hurt you. Please be the forgiving type. Learn to forgive. It may hurt. There are nasty things that will be said about you. But don't waste your time on the nasty things. Concentrate on the good things that you have and have been said about you. On that note, I wish all success, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you so much.
Please let us give another round of applause to Honorable. Thank you so much. She spoke so beautifully. And I think that she hit on quite a number of points. Building relationship. Starting there. Maintaining it. You never know when those things will come in useful to you. Well, she has spoken. And I always appreciate questions, because when we hear questions, it makes us understand that we heard her. And I know several people in this hall have had experiences of how they were hurt, or how something happened to somebody or to them. And because of that, they took some steps that probably cost them their ticket, or, just worked negatively against their contest. So please, can I have questions? Because it helps us when we hear practical things that have happened. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not looking for contributions. I'm looking for someone who will tell me that, look, in 2000 and so, or in 1990 this happened to me, this happened to me, this happened to me. And this was what I did. And I think because I did this thing, this happened or that happened, so that we can use these practical examples to prepare ourselves for the upcoming battle. So please, if you have that kind of experience to share with us, or you have a question from an experience, I would like for us now. The bags will get to all of us, please. The bags will get to all of us. Let's not make it loudy. So please, yes, we have someone here. Please, when you get the microphone, introduce yourself. Yes, introduce yourself and then go ahead.
I am Mrs. Roda Tedimugana. I'm from Kalurama Government, and I'm the General Secretary of Interparty. That is my first name here. I am a personal servant. So when I was in the office, I was having interest of my question. So what will you do for me? When I retired as a civil servant, I came out last week, June that passed. I came out and contested as the chairman of the local government. So
each other with round of applause so that you will know you are also listening. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so number one, I just want to say that I have achieved something from my presenter that she have just finished presenting to us. Because when she was talking, I noticed something when I came out of my test, my weak points. And then she mentioned it that to be a relationship. In fact, as a woman, when I came out of my test, you know, as they were saying that women are the fellow victim of the women. So it was not easy for me. But at this lectures today that I have had, I have built that is relationship. I just look at the women because the women were the one that hates me when I came out to contest. I want all of you to listen. So when I think it was women, so this the first time, no advice, no anything. I was like, I'm avoiding them because I know which way I'm going. But in the lecture today, it has strengthened me. And another thing that as I continue with my race, I think I was a little afraid, I bet. And it was a woman that gave me that vote. I know my fellow women in the house. That one voice that I got, it was that one voice that they recognized me in the whole social way. And I was given a campaign director of the governor and the president in PDP. Because of that one I got. I was just lying down in my house and somebody just picked my name. And even now, when I'm just sitting, some of the strong meetings, organization, I will just be hearing my name called. But that's one organization in about 7 times. It was people that they are there. The minister, the this, and I was the smallest person here. So I just asked the man, who invited me in this meeting? And then they told me the reason why that we are invited because in all Kaduna State we are the women that we came out and contested for the chairman of the local government in our party. So that gave me the right to be in that meeting. You know what it is not easy to come out and contest as a woman. You need money. And men, when they come out to contest, they have people that support them. They have people that sponsor them for the race. But let us come out. Let us support some prayerfully, financially, and support this woman. She will go somewhere. The second reason, the another point that I have here is that when you want to come out to buy for a vote, you see the one that will help people, and even the one you see the position of the vice chairman. I shall get started in the local government. I worked in the local government and then I retired. The office was here, understand? Sometimes even the supervising councillors in the local government, they have more power than the vice chairman in the local government. And then the Bible, the Bible, I don't understand that proper in answer. So for you, I said, I don't know, come out and tell them your party. But depending on what if you cannot get the chairman of the local government or any position, because when you are here as the vice chairman of the local government, in that local government, if you are money, you can support your sister. Now, come on, I think the fact that nothing is something. That's something that is given to you. Probably the chairman is going to take 10 people. That's your vice chairman, take one. But we have no one. But it's a man and a woman. So let us not follow our rules and say the vice chairman, let us go for that position too. Thank you for listening at me.
A round of applause, please. These rounds of applause are becoming very shortly. I don't like it. Please come over.
Thank you very much. Talking on experience. Actually,
what I always advise the mentees I mentor is each time they are vying for position, they should not take negotiation. Because when I contested in my work, I contested with 7 men. 7 good men. So they decided to create a forum where we were meeting, the 7 of us. At the end of the day, all the 6 stepped down for one. I said to, since you people are men, please step down for me. They said never. A woman can never be. I said, So Hajiya, please step down for him. Let us go for him. So I said I disagree. God is telling me it's my time. I will not agree to step down for anyone. They pleaded. I didn't hear them. Why is that? When you look at your supporters, if you are vying for a position, when you step down, you will have problems. Once your supporters, you will lose, if not 100, 90% of them. You will never come out for anything for them to support you. Why? They will say, I kira ta an bata kuɗi. Ta karanta siyar bata kuɗi. The first time I aspired was in 2005 and 6. So I told them, even if it is 1 vote, let me go for it. And actually, at the end of the day, it was the same 1 vote I got. That was my first aspiration. And it didn't bother me much. I know I spent a lot of money. Then I had my gratuity. When it was over, I slept fine. My husband's friends were calling him to ask him, Hajiya ta iya bacci kuwa? Zai ce wallahi tunda ta kwanta ma bata tashi. It's not do or die appears. So immediately the chairman that was contesting now called me and put me in his steering committee. Because I told them, if not that problem of Godfather interfering in their politics, I could have taken that ticket. But they said I'm just coming in newly. And actually it was 2005 that I retired. So they said I did not contribute much. I said, accepted. So I went in with the chair. When he got the seat, I campaigned seriously for him. My husband used to tell me, Aisha, sun san motar ki ba, kina dawowa in kurkun karfe, mutane sun san motar ki. You should be careful. Zan ce mishi, Allah na tare da kakka damu. Baba na bi kakka damu na yasu wa mai. At times he will tell me, if you are going to go to your children, here I have no children. I never gave up a female. I don't have a female child. So that I used. The chairman gave me his SA then. I worked with Her Excellency Annie Sambu. I wrote her office. I care women and youth initiative in Sabon local government. When we finished that, I finished to Anina because we are from the same ward. She was given the control again and she was their album. So when they came names for area development, then it was existing. She gave me the council of them. I had to talk with the chairman then, my chairman at the area development. Like if we were given maybe we were 5 and the only one. Exactly if we were given 200,000 to share. He will carry 100,000 and put it. Okay. They said, okay, you should carry 20.
2,000, I will just remove my baby and tie it on my waist. So I don't that baby. Wallahi ba za ka ci dubu ɗari. Hajiya, ni ne da na ce so what? Na fito daga tare da an ce maka zan je kamar wani shi ne? Ni ma kuɗin na so ne ma, wallahi ba za ka ci ba. In fact, he would carry me 100,000 from his pocket. Sai ya ce ka mana kashi ka kuje ku raba. A ba ma mu raba ba, dole na ka zai namu, amma wallahi ba ka isa ba. In ka ɗauki 50,000 at least 50,000, ku raba 30,000 is fair. Amma ka ce ka ɗauki 100,000, wallahi ba. So from here, sai na zama ayyar even in your community, that is in what is the most important. You are living for iron rating. I don't think no. I will never agree with you. You know, that is why even my husband said, and as I changed Anka, when you are with Aisha, they said, we don't do Baba, it's a rich. Somebody, I want to wallahi ba da can a cikin kasuwa muna dambe sai ce wai a rana da yin rubita na an kace an cuce ɗaya yanzu su kaya zo wani ɗan kamfin ba even now people are patrolling me to come out and contest amma yara na sun ce wai we know we are being a stage where we will take care of you ke ba za mu hana kin siyasa ba kar ki zauna a gida depression hawan jini that is your health ki je ki support any other person contesting but for you to contest now is very new so haka yanzu na ɗauki siyasa na so the second time da na fito shi ne waɗannan maza suke so su cuce ni na ce musu a'a gaskiya yanzu ina ganin kamar lokaci na ne suka na ce wallahi ba zai yi ba mu je mu takara an na samu wanda ya is good and a woman and to God be the glory muka yi takara na kwashe tickets na rike. It was then CPC. I had this one boy that was an aspirant, he was a candidate in CPC there. You know what I did? Sai na je na zama kawai shi. Wani kuma zai shi da gidan har ƙarfin ɗin matan shi. In ce Hassan zo mu kai kamfe kai ka tsaya a waje ni zan shiga cikin gida ka san ba za a bari ka rika shiga gidan mata ba sai ce ya hajiya ni very genuine somebody sai ta dariya sai ya ɗauke shi mu fita kamfe sai ce to kai ko maza ni bari in shiga cikin in yi mata kamfe ba haka da haka sai dai ne vote ɗin mata da yaransu so at the end of the day da aka gama na ci zaɓen da anansi ko ce da yadda ba zai tafi kotu as God will have it da ya tashi ya tattara da kuɗin da kuɗin komai sai ya zo ya ba wani kamar da yawan mai gidana ne shi ne yawa ɗin sai ya ba shi sai yawan mai kira ne hajiya ɗaya Hassan fara kawo amma na ce ya je ya kawo mutuwar da na ce kusa ya kawo san abubuwa lokacin akwai kunne gani shi ke nan sai he went and brought 100,000 ya bashi sai ce mishi to zai ƙara mishi 100,000 in an gama kes sai mai ce mishi a ƙara kesin ba a ƙarfi 100,000 ba akwai wani da ya farkon shi ne wani sai ce mishi sai ne ma ya bashi sai ce mishi to yana jira ya dinga dribbling har the last day da za a karɓi ƙara ita was on a Friday ya yi lati sai suka fito daga gina ya ba su kuɗin su sai ce zo ku zo mu je banki a gobe banki da banki ne kuma na fito ta hanyar banki da moto na ina ganin sai na ɗauki kai na haka a wasu driving sai na wuce sai da ya je ba su sai kira ya ce hajiya ina ba su kuɗin su sai na ce case closed a person ɗin nan you have to be at your feet. Saboda mazan na mun yi kama iri da su a kansu. At times, if I presented my motion in English, wasu je makaranta ba. Mun ta idan da mutum da su da yare da na iya ke. In da can yanzu da abin da nake faɗa. Then he was another minister with the chairmanship group. In the chairman ya ji yaran da yake faɗa, don kuma da zuwa bai shafi wa ina shi. To ya haka na dinga kwata ayyuka ina kaɗuwar a wakina. Dan an gama sosai shi a rika zuwa waɗanda ana aiki ciyawa su ta. Ku kawo na kuma da ni ma zan yi mutane. Ban kawo na shi ba da zan je in yi. Sai aka je about program na kansalarshi. Akwai ɗan yaro, akwai wannan na kawo ɗin nan da ya faɗi. Mai sa fararen kayan da sunan shi. Alita Keys. They were passed. Su za su yi sai na je na zauna da su na tambaye su na ce wai shi kan suna tsaro ɗin nan. Mai fashion mata a ciki. Suka ce every was a female counselor. She's a automatic member na counselor tsaro. Sai na ce ke sai sai muka dawo sai ni da mu fara mutum har ya gaskiya da ke za ki ce ba na ce na yarda ga wanda za mu kuma na ce accepted amma ina ga mu cewa ni automatic ticket nake da shi a wannan form kuma da na sai na yi sai muka zo ka dinga sound suna shigowa sai suka ga mota na abu sai suka ce shi biyan nan ta riga ta zo suna shigowa ina gaban ina ganin su lida ina nan a nan ɗayan mamanki aka yi da ɗan yaron kirki da chinese suka ce mata automatically so bayan gani sai ya hana su zama da haka na zama sai muka zo za mu je mun je kai lokacin mun je ɗare muka zo za mu tafi sai suka kira meeting sai muka ce zan 45 don rinauci ba su yarda na za mu je kanya ba sai na ce sai su ba yanzu za a yi choosing a ciki waɗanda za su tafi kenya sai na ce sai representative ɗin ni nake representative ɗin ku da ni da ɗan silan bogo kai in ba za ka je ba amma ni an ga gani mana hajji mun karɓi ba sosai da su abin na ɗauko takardar da yawa wancan ina in tafi ne musu haka na ce ba takarda kuma it stated clearly all female counselors are entitled haka suka ƙare ni na tafi ba abin da suka iya yi a nan ina gaya muku cewa even if you fight a position and become ba za su ƙare ba kuma saki you have to be up thinking attack them anywhere you can attack them ku ba su tsoro kula da nasu kun suke yi kyau amma in kin ta biyu su ne right thinking wallahi ba za su dace ba thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, because of time, if we're going to be sharing, please let us keep it down to just about 2 minutes. I want a situation where those who have experience will still be with us to answer some of those questions. To answer some of those questions. This is a question and knowledge sharing segment. You heard from Hajia, you must be tenacious. Like a dog. You know, like when a dog holds something with his teeth, you hold on to it and just latch on. If not, you will just find yourself, just imagine the way they say, okay, so please, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Sunana Honorable Aisha Usman from Kaduna North Local. Dina yi takara ta kansila 2020. Na wahala kamar yadda mama mu ta faɗi ni ma na yi takara ni kaɗai ce mace. Da na fito a Kaduna North Local Government ni kaɗai ce mace. A ward ina Gajuwar. Maza bakwai ni kaɗai mace. Na wahala.
Round of applause, please.
Na wahala.
You need to give her that. Amongst men.
Ina ba da wannan bayanin na wahala saboda ba wani support da na samu. A campaign ina na kashe 1.3 million na kashe. Ba taimako ba kuma daga siyan fam har zuwa. Bayan da ba a yi ma in janye ba na ƙi in janye. To abin da mu yake kashe mu ko ba mu da ubangida. Shi ne siyasa ubangida dama abin da nake so in faɗi kenan. To yawan mu muna so mu fito amma ba dama to idan ka kasance kamar yadda aka ce relationship to alhamdulillah ni ina da relationship da ƴan unguwana saboda ni ma'aikaciyar asibiti ne kafin ma fara wannan shiga kamfen ɗin ina da ƙungiya. So a wannan ƙungiyar ko me na samu na yi rijista da manya-manyan ƙungiyoyi duk abin da na samu zan zo community na zan raba. In ba ka da lafiya a outreach you me. In haihuwa ne ma organize a kan cewa wasu zan maka. To abin da nake so na a yadda ake cewa mata ba su cika su taimake wasu mata ba za ko mace je ba za ta maka komai ban aka nuna a ce wannan mace ce a wannan wuri. No mata mu akwai sanyi akwai taɓe a zuciyarmu ko ta ki wata ran sace kamar a House of Assembly a ce mace ne ce yake shi ta ne wannan abin ni ba na jin daɗin shi a ce kamar yadda ake faɗi cewa kasuwanci